Welcome to the Jehovih Chronicles with your host, Cosmon Cal.
Right back at it like I left something. It's your hostess with the mostest, holding that fire like a roach clip. Your naga, your nerve fresh off of that curd jelly, jam and preserve, Cosmonian, huh? Anakwakaiki, cloud kicker right back up in it. Hey man, we just gonna let the music pump a little bit, set the tunes, man. Y'all come on in, man. We gonna set the vibe real quick. And then we just gonna jump right into it. This ain't gonna even be that long, man. But this is dope. This is one of the reasons I rock with Owaspy, man. That it's not like telling you, yo, you gotta believe this, you gotta do this, but right, if you the creator of sun, moon, and stars, right, and you gonna write a book and to help man understand what's going on in the universe and the unseen world and what's going on around him and all that, and you was gonna put that information in the book, well, it's gonna be it's gonna be new to the people it's being brought forward to. So if you bring in this new information, you gotta be the one proving the information too, right? If Owaspy say this is this, and if it's truth, it shouldn't need no crutch. It don't need Cosmon to back it up. It don't need nothing. We have to be able to go right into history, right into science, right into archaeology, STEM, engineering, math, whatever, and point at it like this is what they talk about. You dig what I'm saying? Especially when they're talking about historical things and people and places and all that stuff. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, I don't believe nothing. I don't believe Owaspy neither. I think that a lot of people get that twisted, like, they get the gang a little twisted. You dig what I'm saying? Like we just goofies or just falling for anything. Man, listen, you got to remember, Owaspy say it is a practical guidebook, a practical spiritual guidebook, right? Basically, the Junior Woodchuck guidebook to the spiritual world. You dig what I'm saying? But if you gonna be all that and you gonna be making statements and breaking down stuff we ain't never heard, no way, you gotta be able to prove it, right? Well, the dope part about it of Owaspy is the creator purportedly made this book, not a God, but the thing that makes God, right? So it don't need no help. It don't need no nothing. You dig what I'm talking about? And truth don't need no crutch. So it ought to be even the subjective things you can't see, right? Should be made possible and made objective. And the crazy part is this: regardless to what anybody believes, science only backs up Owaspy, right? Science backs this stuff up. History backs this stuff up. I ain't got to make nothing else. I ain't telling nobody to believe nothing, right? I'm gonna let Owaspy tell you, right? Let's set the vibe real quick though. Shout to the gang, man. Peace to the righteous gods and Nirvanian goddesses. Created gang is in the house. Hey, you bring them, we raise them.
Jehovih is as near this day as in the time of the ancients. Put yourself in order, becoming one with him. And no book is so easily read as his created universe. Inspiration comes less by books than by what Jehovih wrote. His worlds read him and his works. Frame your speech and your thoughts for him. He will answer you in your own behavior and in the happiness of your soul. Great wisdom cannot be attained in a day, nor purity and strength to overcome temptation, till the growth is from the foundation. The fool will say, the sacred books are no more than man of his own knowledge could write. Yet he has not wisely imitated the power of the words of your God. Let him do this well, and behold, he will also declare my words are from me. Yes, he will recognize them wherever found. It is the will and wish of your God that all men become constitutionally capable of receiving and comprehending the highest life, and that they shall no longer depend upon any priest, church, oracle, holy book, or upon consulting the spirits, and that their behavior may make the earth a place of peace, with long life to all people, for the glory of Jehovah. To his Etherian gods and goddesses, Jehovah said, as you have founded arcs of light in my Etherian heavens, to determine the travel of my corporeal worlds, so shall my God of the earth inspire mortals to build lighthouses for man's ships that travel on the oceans, and those who travel in the ships. And those on the land shall know when a ship nears the port, even as you see my traveling earth approaching the place of Cosmos. For this shall be an illustration to mortals, that I have appointed cycles of times and dawns of times, with gods and goddesses to superintend my creations in tenderness and love, lest by chance man becomes despondent, saying, alas, Jehovah did not provide in wisdom commensurate with the magnificence of his creations. Behold, the time draws near when the nations of the earth shall course around the whole earth in ships, crossing the seas and oceans to all the places I created.
Yeah, I feel good right now. The atmospheric, green skies, the gang coming. I be in and out, so leave that thing running. Purified is preferred. Higher frequency, a higher bird. I observe on a different nerve. Breaking codes, I am the yoga. Deadly as a Ruger, straight and a shooter. Out the holster with this mudra, inoculation with the wisdom. Creator shape my prism and hit them with no schisms. Perfect. Breathing, turn the light up. Y'all disappointing like 9 to 5 and some write-ups. Something rearranged, let that boy cook. Organization 33, stay up in them books. Lead them boys shook. 46 divided, yeah, I'm Fort Michael. It was only rifle that I came up in this cycle. They say they gangsters, but they telling it. Step outside, take off my shoes and let the sun hit my melon, Had to relearn that the herb beat the medicine. It's the same matrix, so who you think you better than? Perfect.
So, right back at it. Jehovah Chronicles number 259. This one is called Washington. Right? And anybody want to come up, man? Y'all more than welcome. Come on up, man. I'll drop the link real quick. Come on up there with your bruh. But this is, why I rock with Owaspy. Because, instead of, you telling me, oh, I am the Lord and thou shalt obey me and blah, blah, riggedy row. And if you don't, you go into hell forever, man. Nigga, that's fear-based doctrine. I knew right then that couldn't be my creator. That couldn't be the so-called God I knew existed. Huh? What until I knew it was a God maker. Till it started making sense. But the dope part about Owaspy is that it proves itself. It lets history tell itself. Right? And it drops these little nuggets, right? That you wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? And for that reason, right? I call this one Washington, because in Owaspy, it breaks down the story of, first of all, the founding of the United Indian States of America, which is 6,000 years old, down to the time of the founding of the country, right? And beyond that, but it gives those stories too. And it tells that one of the stories or great people we hear about over the years is George Washington, our so-called first president, who was actually our 14th, but that's neither here nor there, right? Owaspy claims that his whole life, who he was, why he acted the way he was, and what he went on to do in the world was not by chance. He was literally born to do what he did, found a nation, right? That would go on to one day, we ain't even there yet, but would be the precursor to a true nation of freedom, where rights could be practiced without, a God or anybody oppressing you, or, an inquisition or anything like that. Where a place where the God is not enforced with a sword, right? One of the dope parts. Let me just go into this real quick, right? This is the very first page, right? If everybody can see this, hit me with a 1 in the chat. We just gonna keep building. See La Chili in the crib. Man, you're more than welcome to come on up, bruh. Come on up, man. Kick it with your folks. Dig what I'm saying? See La Chili in here. Eric up in here. Eric Hamilton. What up, though? RBG up in here. Blood up in here. You dig what I'm talking about? Yafa up in here, man. Iwi. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all share the live out. I didn't even get to share it out, man. I just wanted to do this real quick, man. Put some light out here. It's been dark. You dig what I'm talking about? Salute to Malachi Maccabee. If y'all didn't see his live earlier, y'all go over to my baby brother channel over there on Honor and Humility. He was cooking today. You dig what I'm talking about? But I wanted to bring this forth, and this is one of the reasons I like. You dig what I'm talking about? I like this book. Now, mind you, I'm not bound to Owaspy. You dig what I'm talking about? You got to be practical with this stuff. You dig what I'm talking about? And think about this. If, something by chance happened and we all out of toilet paper. You dig what I'm talking about? And I got the boo-boo. It ain't nothing but Owaspy around. Well, guess what's about to happen? Man, that shit is paper. The book don't matter. It's the information within it that counts. That's what gives it merit, right? I've never seen this before. I've never even heard a book say what we about to hear. And this is just in the very first page. the editor's preface, right? Then we're going to jump into what it got to say about Washington. You dig what I'm talking about? Show a little vid. We're going to get up out of here real quick. You dig what I'm talking about? I ain't even going to keep y'all long. Dig this, y'all. This is the editor's preface in a WASP, right? First page. It says, when a man holds up a book, right, and says, you must believe this because it says, thus says the Lord, should we not pity that nigga? Huh? Should we not pity that man? Does he not comprehend the liberty of man to acquire knowledge? Any book that imparts knowledge of the life and destiny of man is a good book. Any book that unfolds the character and person of the Creator and the wonder and glory of his creations is a good book. But when a book, right? Listen, when a book gives us information of things we know not of, it should also give us a method of proving that information to be true. Correct? If y'all believe that, hit me with a 2 in the chat. Right? If this, I'm the big bad creator and I'm going to tell you what's going on and bibbidi-bibbidi-boo. Right? If I'm going to do that, right? I'm taking it up on myself to do all that. Well, you better explain it. Ain't that fair? If that's fair, give me a 2 in the chat. Right? Give me a 2 in the chat if it's fair. That if I'm going to tell you some brand new stuff you ain't never heard of, I ought to be able to give you or show you a way to prove the information objectively. Right? Ain't that fair? If that's fair, give me a 2 in the chat. We just going to keep reading. Right? When a book gives us information of things we know not of, it should also give us a method of proving that information to be true. This book, OWASP, covers that ground. OWASP is the method of proving the information it's given to be true. Right? How? Axioms, facts, figures, mathematics, things commonly known, the scientific process, common sense, and logic, right? That is called the scientific method. You add those things up, you sprinkle in a little bit of common sense, right? You start to get a little light, right? Start to get a little understanding. OWASP breaks that information down, right? Now, the day has arrived. Watch this. So 2025, the day has already arrived when man will not accept proclamations and assertions. Just because I'm saying it don't mean it's true. And just because a God is saying it don't mean it's true either. Because it's in a book and it's old. Huh? Man will not accept proclamations and assertions. He wants plausible reasons or substantial proofs that the authority be not merely a pretense, but a demonstrable fact. That means a provable, objective, something that I can, well, I may not even believe it, but it's there. You dig what I'm saying? The time of man worship, God worship, and that's what God is, a one-time living, breathing man. No, I know. I just heard somebody spill their yak on that $200 suit. Right? I know. Just spilled your coffee. What you say? What you say? Yeah. God is a man. It's a whole different lesson. Right? Go back and see all the other ones. There are the hundreds of lessons I done did about God being a man. Now, The time of man worship, or what is a God worship, is at an end, right? And you say, man, they don't be worshiping God. Well, don't they worship Buddha? Don't they worship Jesus? They worship Mithra. They worship Osiris. All men. The time of God and man worship is at an end. Readers no longer accept a book as good and great merely because a certain person wrote it. Moses. You dig what I'm talking about? Gautama Buddha. You dig what I'm talking about? We don't care who wrote it. Right? The book must have merits on its own. Otherwise, it will soon pass out of existence. When a man says, I heard the voice of the Creator saying, that part of the speech, I heard the voice of the Creator, that's worthless. But when he says, I heard the voice of the Creator, and it said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, then that part becomes valuable. And now listen to the message, right? Because it's not about who's saying it, not about what they look like, right? Yeah, they can come in light with wings and, and looking like whoever you think God is, right? Come just like that, and guess what? It's a demon. And now he done got you to sacrifice your child, and you looking stupid, and now you sitting in jail. Oh, don't act like you don't have it. But when he says, I heard the voice of Jehovah saying, do unto others as ye would have them do unto you. See, there's two things there's one thing. It's only one thing that you can't argue. No man can argue light and dark. Light is light, dark is dark. To do good to other people is light. To harm other people is dark. Right? There's no two ways about that. To do unto others as you would have them do unto you is light. To be jealous, wrathful, vengeful, to be a man of war is darkness. See, you can't argue that. It's either light or dark. It's good or bad. So you got to ask yourself, is doing unto others as you would want them to do unto you light or dark? That's the part that matters. Not that I heard from this God or this Creator, or none of that matters. What did he say? And was it light or was it dark? Was it for the heavens and the spiritual nature of man, or was it towards his base or nature and down lowly to the earth and for his physical aggrandizement? This is why listening to the message is important. This is why you can't be in fear when you're dealing with these spirits, right? If you notice, we dominate the spirit. Over here, check. Y'all know what we do. Peace to the Creator gang. Then the words become valuable. Then the words become valuable when it's light. Right? But what we had to do was listen. Right? Now, his assertion of his authority is of no avail in this age. We don't care the Lord said nothing. We don't care God said anything. Why? Because when I'm asking God to explain what the hell he talking about in this Bible, he can't explain how he did it. He said he made the heavens and the earth first day. How? I don't want to hear nothing else. Tell me how, with what, when, where, and why. Right? If you was the creator of all things, you could do that in a couple chapters. It's called the Book of Jehovah, right? It's only in a while I speak. Sorry. It ain't religion, man, but it is what it is, man. You just got to look into this historical record. Just trust me. I'm not trying to convince nobody. And if you're comfortable with your cognitive dissonance and you're ignorant, guess what? I am comfortable with it too. If you like it, I love it. But you ain't going to never be able to say that I didn't do my job and tell y'all. I ain't looking for nobody to follow me. That's the life. No. Do not follow me. Follow the Creator. This is why you here in the first place, even listening. Jaja been trying to talk to you anyway. Why you think you bought my big mouth ass in? Because I'm hard to ignore. His assertion of authority is of no avail in this age of the world. This is the Cosmon era. Cosmon means balance, but it is the name of this era, so it is now. Right? A lot of people think Cosmon is my name. No. Cosmon describes who I am and what I do. My name is Calvin. This is why they call me Cosmon Cal. So I'm the balanced Calvin. Yeah, I'm the Cal of now. Not then, now. Shout out to all the Cosmons. What y'all don't know is that's going to be a family name. Very soon, in time to come. Right? Even my brother is showing y'all how it's going to be done. Daryl Cosmon. Bro, we about to, y'all have no idea what's about to happen. I better get this, right? How many years you got? Anybody know? Got 23 years. Huh? And all that shift in time and all that age of Aquarius and gods. The gods. Yeah, all that comeback in the world, all that is cap. It's not the end of the world. It's the end of the false gods' reign. It's not your end, it's their end they was prophesying about. Remember, prophecy is personal. Let's keep going. The words purporting to be the creators should therefore be the only consideration as to merit. And all men have a right to pass judgment thereon. Right? Fair. Is it not the light of the Creator within all men that makes them conscious of wisdom and truth? I'll ask the question. Is it the light of the Creator within you that makes you conscious of wisdom and truth? What I say when I end the show every night? Breathe in. Let that light in. Huh? Is it not that thing you call a spirit? Soul, intuition, light, knowledge? Ain't that thing that makes you conscious of wisdom and truth? The thing that's really you, because when this physical body, it go back to the dirt. Huh? But that spirit, that energy, that thing keep on living. Right? What you got to understand is that thing is in touch with the Creator now. Is it not the light of the Creator within you that makes you conscious of wisdom and truth? If so, right? If so, then man's expression of any truth or wisdom whatsoever is Creator's expression. Check. Y'all might not have caught that. Listen, if the light of the Creator within you makes you conscious of wisdom, right? If that's so, then man's expression of any truth or any wisdom is the creator's expression. Correct? It's a different way of looking at it. Look at what it say. I never seen this before. If a book were to fall down from the sky with the creator's signature on it, in fire and brimstone, smoldering, he said, man wouldn't even accept the book on that account alone. Huh? You wouldn't, nigga, you would giggle the book on that count. Man, this shit fell out the sky. Nigga wouldn't even pick it up to read it. That's bullshit. That's the first thing you go say. Nigga, it fell out the sky. If a book fell down out the sky with the creator's signature on it, man would not accept the book on that account. Huh? Talking about that's some ill type of spiritual Willie Lynchism and hating on yourself. You hate the creator that much that nigga, you seen some miraculous shit. A book floated out the sky on fire. It got the music going and everything. You dig what I'm talking about? Niggas be like, man, that's a book, that's AI. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh, that's Project Bluebeam. That's exactly what they say, man. They'll giggle that shit up out of here. He said, well, why then should anything be said about how this book was written? Remember, this book was written by automatic writing, where a spirit takes over the hands of a person and the person writes. Man, you know, this ain't far-fetched. There are thousands and thousands of testimonies of people who still do this today. Right? He said, well, then, why should anything be said about how this book was written? It blows. Listen, Owaspy don't blow nobody horn. Huh? It ain't bigging up big you, little me. Oh, I'm better than them over here. I'm different than that over that. It don't do that. It don't toot God horn. It tighten God up. It make God tighten up, nigga. It's different. It blows nobody horns. It makes no leader. Ain't no leader. Huh? It's only one leader. If it is a leader, it's only one. And that's the Great Spirit. Huh? The Great Gichi. Huh? The Great Iowa. Yeah. It's only one leader. And when you got that focus, this is when people can get together and do the right thing, because you're going to do for, you're going to eyes on the prize, but the prize is the babies. Right? Do for them, you do for the creator. You can't lose. You can't. He makes shit happen for you to win. It blows nobody. Oh, Waspy don't blow nobody horn. It ain't bigging up nobody. No attaboys. And you dig what I'm talking about? Come on, cuz. And oh boy, we love you over here. None of that. No pass that offering plate over there to the corner. No baby need clothes, wifey needs. There ain't no leader. It is not, listen, when they say, well, Cosmon, you got to believe you in a religion, ain't you? No. Right? Why? Because Owaspy is not a destroyer of old systems or religions, nor is it one. What? It reveals a new one. It's not trying to take your God from you. It's trying to show you God. See the difference? We're not trying to tell you not to be a good Christian, right? We're not trying to tell you not to be a good Muslim, good Buddhist, good Brahmins, good Confucian. We're not telling you not to be that, but we're saying, then what? Yeah. What, do you just stay stagnant? You've been doing good in this. Then what? Huh? Holy, holy, holy all the rest of your life? It sucks. But Creator here to show you that that's not even true. Right? But anyways, it's not a destroyer of these old systems and religions, right? If Creator created all, even the false religion today, he allowed it. Even if he didn't create it, he allowed it. That's the dope part. He ain't ducking no smoke. Owaspy, he don't say he didn't create evil. Yeah, I created it. I don't do it, but I'm the creator, nigga. I gotta create everything. And this is the dope part. If you the creator, you have to create the possibility for the possibility of all possibilities, right? And then you have to turn around and do it non-stop. This that God I've always was looking for. You dig what I'm talking about? Some stuff I can't wrap my mind around. A nigga that I just be boggle-minded at. This nigga that fight niggas in the mountains that can't beat people with iron chariots, that kills infants and suckling babies and tells you thou shalt not kill, and then tell you to go kill your brother Benjamin. Right? The nigga who say thou shalt not kill, but then offered up himself, I guess, if you believe Jesus is God. Yeah, you did what I'm saying. You know, he offered up himself to himself as a human sacrifice. And then cried to himself and said, why did I forsake myself? So, yeah, this is, you know, when it stopped making sense, right? When I raised past it, then what? Right? Remember, religion is a thing done. It's not even a thing talked about. Right? But it ain't here to destroy your old system. It's here to reveal a new one, adapted to this age. Watch this, y'all. This is crazy. This is in Owaspy right now. And part of the story of Owaspy in the book of S. S means spirit, right? It gives a breakdown on the founding fathers of America. You dig what I'm talking about, who they were, what's going on, why the American Civil War, why the French and American War, why the war, Revolutionary War. It gives you the background on a lot of stuff, right? But when I was reading it, right, this one little weird thing popped out to me, right? And it's weird, right? Because I'm reading the life of Washington and it says, dig this, for 7 years, right, the war lasted. What war? Right? At first, I thought, I ain't even gonna lie to you, I thought it was the Revolutionary War, 1776, 17, you know what I mean? But it wasn't, right? Watch this. For 7 years, the war lasted, right? The American Revolutionary War lasted about 9 years, right? So what war is he talking about that went on for 7 years and your boy fought in? Watch this. It's the French and Indian War. My bad. The French and Indian or French and American War, right? From 17 54 to 1763. It was the North American theater of what? The larger 7 Years' War. Right? This is the war they're talking about, the 7 Years' War. The conflict officially ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1763. Now, look right here, look, called the 7 Years' War. So we know right where we at, 1754, 1755. And who we seeing right there already? George Washington. Now, with many of the new text and things being brought out forward in this era of information, or what we call Cosmon, it's time of rebalancing. Much of this information is coming out, and we're starting to find it. We think George Washington was whitewashed. George Washington may have possibly been a brother. Uh-oh. But look what Owaspi say. So now we know where we at. We put this on the timeline. For 7 years, the war lasted. And during all that time, the earthly commander, Washington. So now we know where we at. Washington in the 7 Years' War, 1754, 1763, when it finally ended. But it was the 7 Years' War. Right? It was under the, look, Washington was under the guardianship of the commander of the angelic host. Listen, and there were detailed to guard Washington. They talking about angels, guardian angels. And there were detailed to guard Washington day and night, 1,000 angels. So that's 2,000 angels in shifts, right? Day and night. And though, listen, this is the part that stuck out to me. And though he was shot at, and in many ways sought after to be destroyed, these angels, this angelic host, saved him, Washington, even catching in their hands the bullets that were fired at him. Right? Now look, how will Wasp even know this? One, but is this stuff even proof? Listen, bro, just listen. And in the same manner, many other mortal leaders and privates in the war were protected and saved from harm by the angels. And yet, all the while, the angels of Luamang, who is this guy? This is the guy that's in Revelations 19:11, gonna come back riding a horse. They got you guys all scary about the book of Revelations. Yeah. You're scared of the end times, aren't you? Yeah. Remember the guy that's gonna come back riding on that nag? Who is that nigga on that nag that's gonna have a name that you don't know? He's gonna be carrying a flaming sword of justice, and he does war righteously. How? Remember, you can't argue light and dark. Is war light or is war dark? Remember, Creator only does light. So now we got the question. Now we know. Remember, he said he was going to have a name across the thigh that don't nobody know, but that was going to be Christ. Well, rah. This is the nigga who took the name Christ, created the fake, invented biblical character as his physical representation named Jesus, right? And remember, go look into the 1611 King James Version, the original version. It says Iesus as his name. And Iesu is a prophet. The reason that they just called him the prophet is because during the Rebel Double, during the Nicene Council, they couldn't come up with a physical representation. So since all the prophets were Iesu, And the ancient word is Aisu, called the prophet Aisu. In the 1600s, late 1500s, the I turns into J. Now you got from Iesus to Jesus. This is how it happened. But the nigga that's riding on the horse with the sword coming to kill people, don't nobody know his name? Him mama named him Luamon. This is your false God Christ. Wasn't it the Christians over here fighting? The Protestants? Huh? The Catholics? The Mormons? The Shakers? And all them Christians? Huh? And yet, while all the angels of the false God Christ, aka Luamon, fought on the other side, endeavoring to pull away the guardian angels, and so make the mortal leaders vulnerable. Right? So you got one nigga, God Christ, sending out his angels to try to kill this nigga, kill Washington. Right? And then you got angels that's working for the ever present, for Jehovih, created sun, moon, and stars, right? But look, these angels that Luamon had were lower in grade and less potent, and also not enthusiastic, for they had not suffered martyrdom, right? But watch this. Right? Is that provable? Right? Because the most crazy part is this. And though he was shot at and in many ways sought to be destroyed, these angels saved him, even catching the bullets in their hands that were fired at him. I know it's hard. It's so hard to get out your own fucking way. Yeah, nigga. There bet not be nothing in history, nothing about George Washington that say nobody was, that the creator was protecting him, that the angels was catching bullets. I shot this nigga 67 goddamn times and couldn't kill him. I done killed 1,000 horses. I've been, boy, I know I didn't miss him. I shot him from 5 feet away. It bet not be nothing in history to back this goddamn story up. It bet not be. It bet not be. Because if it is,
In the mid-1700s, before there was an American nation, the French and British fought for control of the interior parts of America, the land eastward of the Mississippi River, and what became known as the French and Indian War. The Indians sided with the French and the Americans with the British. In 1755, General Edward Braddock arrived from England with 2 full regiments of troops. His job was to expel the French forces that were camped along the Ohio Valley territory. When he arrived, he heard tales of a young American officer whom he sought to add to his staff. This was a 23-year-old George Washington. George Washington and 100 Virginia buckskins joined General Braddock.
Now, mind you, I want to let y'all know this nigga had no previous military training or anything like that. He did not come up in a military family. He had some very interesting and powerful people around him, like Lord Fairfax, right? Who was his brother homeboy and ended up being his father-in-law. The guy whose Fairfax, Virginia is named after. One of its very first governors. Yeah, that guy, right? They made him a general. He had never fought nobody. But he kept winning. And now, mind you, this is at 18, 19 years old. Now he's 23. Right? And they didn't heard so much noise about this nigga who ain't never fought nobody. Interesting. How was it? Listen, his whole life was predestined. Watch this. It bet not be, listen, it bet not be no proof that they done shot this man up, shot his shirt up, shot through his shirt, shot through his jacket, shot through everything. It's a hole in the shirt, a hole in the jacket, but ain't no hole in him. It bet not be no records of nobody saying that they couldn't kill this nigga because angels were stopping bullets. It bet not be. Huh? Why? Because that's going to crush your world, because that's starting to prove that the creator is real. Watch this.
And his troops. In May of 1755, General Braddock and his troops marched toward the French Fort Duquesne, which is now Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His troop was so large that it stretched for 4 miles long. After weeks of marching, when they were only a few miles from the fort, General Braddock unknowingly led his troops into a waiting ambush. The French and Indians, who were hiding behind the trees, opened fire on the British troop. And even though the British troop was much larger than their foe, General Braddock was not used to fighting an enemy who would not meet him on an open field. The French and Indians slaughtered the British troops, who made easy target with their bright red uniforms. The Indians specifically targeted the British and the American officers, knowing if they could kill the officers, the remaining troops would scatter. Right. During the course of the battle, they shot every mounted officer except one.
Listen, during the battle, they shot everybody. What? Watch this.
During the course of the battle, they shot every mounted officer except one. George Washington was the only mounted officer not shot during that battle, although we did have 2 horses shot out from under him. After hours of a brutal slaughter, when General Braddock was finally shot, George Washington assumed control of the troops and led them in retreat to safety. When George Washington got back to Fort Cumberland, he wrote his brother and his mother a letter to assure them of his safety.
He bet not say it. He bet not say nothing to his mama about him being protected by it. He bet not.
He told them that
by the miraculous care of providence, I have been protected beyond all human probability or expectation. For I had 4 bullets through my coat, and 2 horses shot under me, yet escaped unhurt, although death was leveling my companions on every side of me.
It's different when you hear it out the man's mouth. Huh? It's different. He knew, right? Say what you want to say, but he knew. Wasn't no way he didn't get shot. If it went through the back of my coat, how it didn't go through me? I was protected by something other than man and this gun.
Miraculous care of providence, I have been protected beyond all human probability or expectation. For I had 4 bullets through my coat.
For I had 4 bullets through my coat and 2 horses shot from up under me. Yet I escaped unhurt. You ever had a horse fall on you? No, nigga. You've never had a ton fall on you. You know what it does to your legs, though? Yeah. You coming out of there unscathed. Everybody got shot. Except you. Huh? Okay.
And 2 horses shot under me, yet escaped unhurt, although death was leveling my companions on every side of me.
In fact, other history books recount that after the battle, he even brushed bullet fragments out of his hair. Word of Washington's miraculous survival spread quickly, and the Indians and American colonists.
Wait a minute, did they just say it? George Washington brushed his shoulders off? Hold on, man. Wait a minute. What'd he say? What he say? He does the shoulders off.
Unhurt, although death was leveling my companions on every side of me.
In fact, other history books recount that after the battle, he even brushed bullet fragments out of his hair. Word of Washington's miraculous survival spread quickly, and the Indians and American colonists sang his praise. In fact, one Indian chief, Red Hawk, who was instrumental in the French victory, told of shooting at Washington 11 different times without hitting him. And because his rifle was known as the one that never missed his mark, he ceased firing at Washington, convinced that the Great Spirit protected him. 15 years.
What? 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 How will Waspy know? How did the Waspy know? Huh? Y'all knew this? Y'all knew this? I didn't know this. It's a whole story about a nigga Plinkin had him busted spinning the block 11 times on him. He said, no, I hit him. I don't miss. My gun don't miss. And imagine sitting there, you got him in your scope, dead the sights. You pull the trigger, you looking down the scope, you pull the trigger, you watch the bullet stop in midair or just pass through him. Huh? He shot the man 11 times. 11 times. Sila Shili.
Yo.
Yo.
Well, go on, King. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Well, go on, bedroom.
Man, just getting in this a little bit. They don't understand, bro. They don't read it.
Yo, the niggas said they was catching bullets with their hand, bro. When I first read that shit, I was like, damn, that's some detailed shit right there.
Right, but bro, I didn't know that it was real, some real historic stuff that could be proven. And then listen, it's crazy that one of the Warriors niggas spun the block on him 11 times, dog. He shot it 11 times.
Yo, let me tell you something. You here, I'm sure, you know, involved probably, been in a situation, shots ringing out all around you, and you ain't getting hit, and you wondering like, yo, them shots was right there. Niggas supposed to caught one of them motherfuckers. When I heard that shit with Washington and the Angels catching them bullets, I was like, damn.
Yo,
look at the extreme these niggas go to protect you. These niggas catching bullets on some Matrix shit.
But then he said he stopped shooting at him. He was like, he gotta be protected by the Great Spirit. He gotta be. Nigga, I'm plinking this dude. I'm hitting him. Ain't no way I'm missing him. I'm watching the bullet. Listen, bro, when you kind of close or with a rifle, you did what I'm talking about, a musket, they was in like 40 feet.
Yeah, close quarters.
Yeah, close quarters. You dig what I'm talking about? So when he drew down on him, bro, imagine he would have seen the bullet, like hit him.
Right.
Bro, imagine that thing just stopping in midair right before it hit his chest.
Exactly. Or like you say, you just dumping at him, and you know you hit. That's why you standing over somebody, you know you hit them, and they just looking back at you like ain't nothing wrong.
That's crazy. The horse got hit, got a hole in my jacket.
Right.
And then
this is George Washington, my nigga. This the nigga who we consider the goddamn slave master.
And see, that's why I had to go back and look at this story.
Facts, King.
I had to go back and look at this story. A lot of them people that they say was in slaves, I'm not gonna say they didn't have no slaves. Slavery was a part of business at that time. But when you look at the people, a lot of them tend to be family. Remember, Washington didn't have no kids.
Mm.
So the kids that are attributed to the Washingtons was from his wife, who was black, a nigga.
Mm. There's some nigga shit going on with them forefathers, yo.
Yeah. It's gotta be. And this is why. And once I start figuring this out about Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, Washington, you know that these niggas got a little nigga. What's your boy that wrote?
Yeah.
What's your boy that wrote Webster?
To my Webster dictionary.
Yeah, the nigga Noah Webster that wrote the dictionary in the early 1800s.
Yeah,
it's a nigga.
Mm.
And he blue black. The crazy part is the guy that they show us, that ain't him. He blue black. And he German.
That's the same shit how they describe Abraham Lincoln. It's that one dude, I forget his name. I don't know if he's Spanish, but he be showing how all the indigenous niggas was, all the indigenous Americans was black. He been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
But he did it with our Lincoln. And this nigga got all the first time witnesses, like first account witnesses, how they describe how they describe Lincoln during his take. Yo, they describe that man as a nigga, yo. Straight up black man.
How will Waspy know this? You see what I'm saying? Bro, you can't get past that point. Ain't no way. Bro, it ain't no way.
No, son, ain't no way, son.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Y'all can write it off as spooky but we can't not say that it don't say what it say. And now we proving it historically. I didn't know this. Right? I didn't know this. And then I looked into the American Revolutionary War thinking they was talking about that time. They talking about 15 years prior to that during the French-American War.
Mm.
Even think that he fought in that war.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I had to do a little homework myself. I'm like, 7 years? This ain't making. So come to find out, the French-American War is called 7 Years' War.
Yeah, facts. Ain't that fun?
Yo, and then the nigga said I stopped busting at him because I couldn't kill him because he had to be. This is the indigenous man. So regardless, I know what they trying to say, that this is a mongoloid and all that. No, I'm telling you, this is a nigga shooting at him.
And it wouldn't make sense. Because niggas was cooning at that time.
Listen, cooning, rabbit hunting, pheasants, ducks. People been shooting at all types of small and big game. Bro, he was not missing.
Because you remember the niggas who came from the South, all them soldiers was niggas.
Yeah, them niggas, they was all niggas. And then some more niggas from the Creek Confederacy and the Choctaw Confederacy joined the South too. So let's not play. But the thing is, bro, they said they caught the goddamn bullets with his hands.
Bro, that's when I first read that, I was like, yo, you trying to tell me you got angels out here catching bullets, bro?
Yeah.
For you to catch a fucking bullet, my nigga, at that rate of speed, for us it's like unimaginable. But for them angels, they probably looking at that shit in slow motion, like the Matrix when the bullets coming out the holster.
Remember, you ever seen that the movie X-Men, where they had the one guy who could run real fast and it made stuff look like it was in slow motion.
Right.
He could move it around and all that. I bet you it's kind of like that to them.
Exactly. Facts. Because you got to think about it. The spirit moving so fast, it's already moving outside of visible light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's moving on some other shit. So it's like when they shooting them guns, like you said, that shit is in slow motion for the ancestors. They're looking at that shit like, oh, okay.
All right. I'll be back when the bullet get over here. You know what I mean? I'm
gonna go do some guardian angel works for about the next split second before that bullet touches down.
You did what I'm talking about. I'll be back. He'll be all right. You know what I mean? You come back, catch the bullet, put it in your pocket. You dig what I'm saying? They tripping, right?
Yeah, that's some deep
but
shit,
bro,
Sean.
there is no way that there is a record of this, and even your enemy. Remember, the Indian that's shooting at him is the on the side with the French, right? They won this skirmish. Right?
Right.
They had to retreat, but the nigga had to. He said, "Yo, I had to stop shooting at him. Because I know he had to be protected by the Creator. There's no way I didn't put about 17 in his face.
Man, you get to shoot at a nigga and that nigga is running normal like nothing.
Yeah, run up on him, hit him with the switching from 2 feet away and miss him.
Nigga, that'll make a nigga start running. Nigga, I'm getting the hell up out of here. What the hell just happened?
No, ain't no what. And because it would have probably looked like they was just passing through him.
Right.
That'd have been crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like them bullets had to just been dropping in front of him or make an impact on his surface, on his skin, and it just ain't penetrating. Like, that's a sight to see, yo.
Like Neo in the Matrix. Remember how he made the bullet stop?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gotta be some shit like that. These movies ain't too far-fetched, yo.
Man, bro.
Whoever did that shit had to read Owaspy. God, what's the lady know, Sophia Stewart? Yeah. I don't even think she read Owaspy, to be honest, too, because she don't talk like
she don't talk. Her verbiage ain't right. Her
exactly.
words ain't right. I can hear Owaspy when somebody talking it.
Exactly.
Talking about it's got its own little vibe, its own little lingo that's kind of, you know what I mean? So when somebody is speaking that Jaja talk, it stick out. This is why everybody talking about creator. Yeah, nigga, y'all welcome. Really, y'all to thank this nigga. Right? You ought to thank him for bringing it back out. What has been 16, 17 years now, C-Lock?
Man, it's been a long time, man.
Man, listen. The crazy
I'm still
part
baffled
is,
over this shit, yo.
Right, listen. The crazy part is Owaspy say it was gonna be held for 159 years. C-Lock got it the year before it was released.
Yeah, I think you brought that shit on another time. You know, that shit was wild. You brought that up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you brought something like that a while back. It was like you was like breaking down the Ungambala, and you brought down like, yeah, right after the 59th years when the game came up and we started prophesying to us. Like, yo, son, wild.
Yeah, really though. You did what I'm talking about. The crazy part is the seventh era faithists prophesied us.
Right, yeah, that's what you said.
They did that in 2019. They did that in 2019 before the gang existed.
Right. They've been around for a minute.
Yeah, they prophesied the gang was gonna come, that it was gonna be niggas who wasn't with us at first, who was gonna rock with us, and then that was gonna level the playing field. That's exactly what happened with Mally and everybody else.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who they came in. You dig what I'm saying? That is crazy, bro. And then it was that 20. They start prophesying in 2020. The prophecy came down 2021. That's the game.
Nigga, you prophesied the motherfucking COVID.
Yup.
Nigga, I go
prophesied
back and redo that
it was gonna be a
shit
change on this boy Shadur too. That he was gonna come in and change the game, and it was about power and control. I couldn't foresee exactly that it was gonna be really as simple as he put an NIL deal in an NFL package. That part I didn't see, but the power and control part, how it would work, that he would be getting the big part when they was trying to play him for the little. You dig what I'm saying? I knew that was the lunar moons, the lunar eclipses. You
Right.
dig what I'm talking about? It's gonna be some more, right?
Bro,
Should be
let me
some
tell you
more coming
something.
up in
I seen that.
September.
I see what you posted earlier today. You was like, this ain't normal, and you was showing the floods that was taking place. I think that was in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these weather patterns been like out here. Let me tell you something, yo. We've been getting rain for the last like 7+ days straight, my nigga. Like I ain't seen rain like this in a good minute out here. Something going on.
Maccabee, young Mikey of the Turtle Gang. What's up? Why?
Hey man, all praises to the great spirit, man. Salute the CGG, man. 4 horsemen.
Mac could be in the building.
Man, my brothers, man. Hey, look, even when we ain't talking, I feel y'all in spirit. Like,
Big
you know what I mean? I'm
Big
telling
facts.
y'all, man, Cal, bro,
Man,
catching bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please. Hey, bro. Hey, did they say he brushed bullet fragments out his hair?
He said, "Hey, would you go on brush your shoulders off?" Listen, bro. Listen. How do you listen? You know what size bullets they were shooting back then?
Man, bro. Shit, I don't even, man.
Don't let it be no 50 cal.
Don't let it be a Gatling gun.
Boy,
right.
They was shooting some retarded stuff back then. They don't even make them type of shells no more. You dig what I'm talking about? They take too much lead. You dig what I'm talking about to make them? You dig what I'm talking about? So you know if it was all in your hair and boy, you was getting busted.
And they dumped at him. He wasn't getting shot with one of them things. You got to shoot and then pause for a minute to put the gunpowder down it, get your little damn musket out, stuff it down further, hurry up and get the light out, light the wick, aim.
Why your enemy running towards you?
They was on cuz.
Now his jacket was Swiss cheesed.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that's what I'm saying. They saying that there was counting of the holes and stuff. There were over 2,000. Over 2,000 times holes. He lost so many horses, but holes in his clothes. They counted the holes. And over the years, you know what I mean, of him fighting, it was over 2,000 holes in his coats and his jackets.
This nigga running around with a fucking invisible force field around him, just in the battlefield and shit.
Listen, bro.
Let me ask you something though about George White, because there's a lot of different stories out there about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? How many people did he kill?
And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. It don't say he killed nobody.
It ain't recorded, and that's what I was trying to get at. Like, I don't think, like, is his kill count on record?
No.
I don't know.
He became a general. Say it again, bro.
No, I just know the pictures of him just leading the war. You just see pictures of him just leading, not really shooting shit.
Right. You dig what I'm talking about? He got Crispus Attucks and these niggas. And what's my bad name? On the boat and shit with him. The black niggas. Listen, it don't actually say that's a good catch. It don't actually say he killed, and then it make more sense because Owaspi goes on to say the nigga had a spirit rate of over 80.
88.
Yeah, this nigga was up there. I'm sitting up like, yo, how was Slave Master? I'm like, how was when I first read that shit, I was like, yo, how was Slave Master nigga got a grade like that?
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, this shit.
So it's gotta be something different than what they telling us about this slavery thing.
Right, something going on.
If that's true, but when you look back into it, many times these are extended family members, people who actually work for you. They're bonded. You dig what I'm talking about? You got to pay taxes on these niggas.
I mean, look, even when you get into certain laws in the Torah, right? Like your brother, like you basically could hire yourself out to your brother to work for him because you fell on hard times.
Like an image.
Like it in there, like that. That's in there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's different. There's a lot of different narratives, especially dealing with that. But what I was tripping off for while you was talking, and I'm looking at, and I'm tripping off all the attempts on this life, right? And I'm tripping off how the Creator don't condone, like he ain't out here condoning you to go lay nothing down, right? So I'm like, where do it say how many people he killed? Like, is that on record anywhere? It did, because he say it was death all around him. It was bodies dropping left and right.
Yeah, but who you killed?
Who you killed though? You know what I mean? Just something that, man, you at war and you ain't got damn body.
But then at the same time,
you ain't catch no bodies.
But then at the same time, I remember them saying how it was so hard to navigate peace at a time of war, getting across to these niggas, to these mortals.
Yeah.
So it's like when the angels came, like, yo, these niggas engulfed in bloodshed. But let me see if I can navigate, wiggle one of these niggas up out and make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Washington could have had like 40 bodies before the angels came to this nigga. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
The thing is, the crazy part is they made him a general. They made him wait a minute. Before that, they made him a visor. They made him an advisor to like a corporal or something. You dig what I'm talking about? Bro, totally out of his experience. He ain't got enough fist fight yet. How did you become a general, nigga, before you ever bust a shot?
Now, so what was the inspiration behind the decision? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what type of level of awareness he probably would have had for them to give him that leadership?
Yeah.
Something they seen, Danny.
Because
it's like the gang. It's like, nigga, you think, nigga, me, you, Mally and that nigga, we could lead a fucking war, nigga. Like if we needed to, with the level of awareness we dealing with.
Yeah, shit, big facts. Shit, nigga, some of us done been in them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, nigga, a fucking ant came past me by without not peeping that ant right there. You know what I mean? I'm like on that type of time.
But trip out, but you know what we can do? See, that's the beautiful thing about OWASP, because what we got is a book called the Book of the Wars Against Jehovah. Right?
Yeah.
And the whole time, nigga, Creator ain't even war at these niggas. These niggas was attempting to war against Creator and came up horribly short.
What?
Can you imagine?
You know what I mean? Creator ain't even Creator ain't catch damn body.
He ain't even moved. They couldn't even approach these niggas.
And here's the crazy part.
They want to shoot, they can't see.
And the crazy part is, hey, Cosmon, look, the crazy part is the same way them angels was protecting Washington was the same way they was protecting them faiths when they had to flee for the motherfucking warrior kings during them times. Because niggas ain't going to war. So they would have had the high level of protection, spiritual protection.
Same way they protected during the Ark of Noah.
Exactly. Niggas was always the faiths is always shielded. As long as niggas don't raise their heads to warfare, it's like if niggas had to flee, it's gonna be a level of protection spiritually that, of course, we ain't gonna see because we're gonna be moving out of panic, flight, and fear. But not knowing within that panic, flight, and fear, it's a level of protection there.
Man, credit, bro. When I be reading, man, look. We ain't got nothing to worry about, bro.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is just keep bombing, nigga. You niggas going right to the second resurrection type shit. Like we skipping all that shit.
I learned the first resurrection in the second. I just
read that today. I said, oh shit. Yeah, man, look, we ain't got nothing to worry about.
Bro.
All we gotta do is keep bombing. That's it.
What they say, upwards and outwards, forever.
Forever.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, bro. So man,
let's play this a little bit real quick, man. I'm gonna jump back just a little bit because I want you to hear what the Indian nigga say.
Hey Cal, this good though, man. But the Indian nigga, before you do it, the Indian nigga said he had to be protected by the Great Spirit. Boy, I stood up off my chair, boy. He got bow-legged in the shoulders, like what?
And then he said he ain't say God. He was protected by God. He said he was protected by the great spirit.
And this the nigga, this the nigga shooting at him.
Yes.
That's crazy.
This the enemy trying to kill him on purpose. You know, this ain't no mistake. I'm trying to get you, boy. As a matter of fact, I got everybody else with you. Every other leader, every other general, I got all of them. But your ass, I spun the block on you 11 times.
Woof.
That's crazy.
11 times. When do you boom? When do you catch on that like, yo?
That nigga shooting the F in at that boy.
Hey, that's like niggas spinning on Vine and he just not dying and shit. And niggas like, what the fuck?
You been like, yo, you on demon time for real. You on demon for real.
Nigga, I just dumped a whole bunch of 5.56s at this nigga.
Come on, man.
Nigga, some 7.62s at this nigga emptied the clip. And he brushing his shoulders off like he got dandruff on it. Man, look, bro, leave me alone.
But listen,
yo, that's crazy.
That's miraculous.
It is.
What's even more miraculous is this is historical.
Yeah.
Can't be denied. And then I didn't know it. That's the crazy part. I didn't know that he said he was divinely protected.
Yeah, I heard, you know what, Cam? I heard something about that a while back. What I didn't know is what you brought out a while ago about Lincoln. About the Sirius and all that, and how, because what I knew about Lincoln was that he had no intention of abolishing no type of slavery when he ran for president. I knew that just based off my own research. I was telling niggas back in the day, like, something changed this man's mind, because when he ran for president, all you gotta do is look it up. That nigga had no intention of abolishing nothing.
No, shit. Even that year he held it back.
And then that's what I'm saying. And then out of nowhere, his mind shift. You dig? So when you brought that out, I just wanted to let you know, bro. Hey, look, I got some understanding when you brought that out. I was like, dang. I heard about Washington being divinely protected before, but that Lincoln, when you brought that out, boy. Yeah. And what was the name of the? But then one of them had like a little series, and mentioned that there was a goddess that told her something about.
Yeah.
It was either Lincoln or Washington. I forgot which one, bro.
It was Lincoln.
That shit historical.
It's historical, but the thing is, it didn't. This is what lock it in on ice on that story. This is what makes it all credible. None of that comes out. Nobody hears a lick of that till 3 years after JBN dies, and her name is
what was that girl name?
It's on the tip of my tongue. Her name is
Maynard.
Natty Maynard.
Natty Maynard. That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yep, Natty Maynard. Yep, Natty Maynard. She didn't write it till 1894, and she died like the next year.
Look at
she wrote it 3 years after JBN. Forget Owaspy already written.
Yeah, Owaspy
already got it in it. None of listen, y'all ain't reading it now. They wasn't reading it then.
And so look, she talked. If she died 1895, nigga, hell, slavery quote unquote was abolished in what, 1863?
Yep.
30 plus years later, boy. She right after JBN. So you can't say. So I like what you just said. So people can't say this. You can't say that JBN referred to or used any type of journal or any of that shit as a source from Natty Maynard or Lincoln. Because nobody knew nothing about it till after he died. You did 32 years later. 32 years later.
Yep. That's a
after
primary.
the event happened.
That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. Yo. You can literally reference Owaspy prior to her story.
It's a primary.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll keep saying it.
That's the crazy.
He keeps saying it. He keeps saying it. They ain't called it, bro. I'm telling you. Cal been telling the world that Owaspy is a primary. It say it on the cover if you read it.
Don't nobody
That's
say
true.
what it's saying. So regardless to even if it says something about Jesus, right? What it is saying about Jesus, nobody else is saying nowhere else in the world.
In the world.
So the
Especially that
information
Star
is
of
bringing
Bethlehem.
out is go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying, especially that Star of Bethlehem. Go ahead.
Oh,
Man, especially the eating the fish part.
oh,
Especially the fact that if your prophet dies on a cross, that proves he's false.
He's not real. Yeah, damn. That's a
That
cold
proves he's
game.
false. That's a test.
Niggas walking
That's
around here with
thousands of
crosses.
years old.
Oh my
So
God.
if y'all don't even know that and you know that the prophet is false right in his narrative. The crazy part is they stoned the real Yeshua. And this was the crazy part. Figuring out that the nigga lived during the Hasmonean dynasty time, born 146 BC, not 0 AD. 146 BC, he lived 36 years, not 33. He died 110, right? Guess who take over after that? Historically, this is historical. I'm not in 105. You can just pull this up. Who is the head of the church? It's James.
Little bro.
Listen, this is
look, bro. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, like,
it's unmatched, bro. It's mind-numbing. It'll melt your shit. It will melt your brain. You get there's no way it know this, bro.
It'll expose your God. That's why it's the most feared. It's the most feared book out here, bro, and not for any wicked reason.
Nope.
It's not for any wicked reason, bro. Waspy exposes the gods, the deity.
This is the real revelation, Joe. This is the real revealing right here.
Yeah,
that's real, C-Law, man.
Yeah,
they're gonna call this book the Book of Revelation. This is the real Book of Revelations right here.
Yeah, it's revealing some stuff.
You ain't lying.
Listen, bro, you brought up something, man, that I you hear it 1,000 times, but sometimes you hear it again, and you be just like, dang. It said there is not a angel so high
that can understand or
comprehend the Creator. Yes. Listen, so that means there is an angel, right? Let me just let y'all know there is an angel who tell God what to do. And then guess what? There's an angel who tell him what to do. And then there's an angel who tell him what to do. Till you get to people who are billions of years old in the spirit. They are called.
Yo, let me tell you something. You can't even put a number on these niggas. You can't put
a number on it. They're older than galaxies. Many of them are old. Started the galaxies.
Man, what's that? So say their names again. What's the ranking title they hold?
The ranking go God, right? Well, firstly, the ranking goes etheric. You become etheric, a bride and a bridegroom. Then the next major title is God, right? But then there's a God who's higher than him, who is called an Orion.
Right, an Orion.
Right? And then the next step higher than that is a Nirvanian.
Okay.
Then the next step higher than that is an Imuts. Right? And
spell it. It's an Imuts, E-M-U-T-S. Okay.
Imuts is a God who puts the material. They are the gods. They are the engineers and the planners for stars and galaxies and solar systems. They make sure the building blocks to get whatever you need done is there with the proper help that you need, and they get the vortex cracking. Right? These are the guys.
Hey, them is the niggas who put the.
But then guess what? there are guys right up under them who are imuts, right? They are imuts, but their imuts deals with the galactic side of preparation, you know, for planetary and solar and galactic building.
Hey, it's good. It's niggas who put that periodic table of elements together for niggas.
Right.
Somebody put 8 electrons, 8 protons, 8 neutrons for that oxygen cell. Somebody did that.
Somebody did it. And see, those guys, the imuts deals with the galactic, the spatial, but there are ones right up under them that deal with what is being created, whether it's a planet, whether it's man, whether it's a solar system. They are called harmuts, right? But above the imuts are called Otians.
And
right?
they're above the emotes. The
They're
OT.
above them.
The OT. I seen that on there in there before. Yep. OT. Okay,
They like the highest niggas.
These the niggas that like they really get the vortex cracking. They come through really cracking. But the imuts make sure everything that they need is there to get it cracking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But they come through and they make the vortex. See, Cosmo, I'm telling you.
Hey man,
I'm gonna be OT in one day, nigga. Hey, look.
Hey, that's deep though, because none of them niggas is the creator. No. How advanced and how just skilled and how much wisdom they got, billions and billions and billions and years and all that. Man, it say the highest of them niggas. I read it today. It says the highest of them niggas cannot comprehend the creator in his entirety.
Mally,
bro,
so
that's fucking, bro, listen to me. That's fucking scary.
Yeah, bro.
Nigga, listen, what?
Listen, bro. Listen, that means you ain't know that a God that's been around 1 billion years ain't no closer to Jehovah than you is now.
Yeah. And the comparison to that is like a 10-year-old kid next to a 99-year-old man.
Come on,
bro.
They still occupying the same space and time. It just one got more wisdom, but he's still baffled about who the fuck this creator is.
Come on, man.
And that's what it is, right? Man, that synopsis of 16 cycles, boy. I got it locked 2 and 12, nigga. I got it locked in. God was crying to the creator in the verse before. In verse 11, God was crying. He was like, "What I supposed to do? I don't know what to do." Father.
And God didn't answer. Man,
he ain't even answer that nigga.
Nope.
Nigga, then he spoke to his Orion chiefs and say, "Look, man, let this be a testimony. Like I try mortals, I try angels. And like I try angels, I try God.
Yeah.
Whatever I keep in front of my creation, the testimony of our all highest, I say, oh."
And then dig this. The crazy part about it is this nigga is like a light in a pit of darkness. They said he never stopped moving. He never stopped trying. He was crying. He cried out to the creator. Why you doing me like this? Cause I know you hear me. What's going on? But he never stopped. Ace broke down crying.
Nigga.
He broke down crying. He said, "Nigga, we ain't never even seen nothing like this. You only been around 40,000 years." Look how he said it to him, though.
You was a little
nigga. Been around
you a little nigga.
40,000 years, nigga.
But
nigga, I'm rolling with. Look at me and TC, nigga. I got about 3.5 million. She about 4.5 million. Nigga, you been around 40,000, nigga, and you was down here working like a madman. He said, "Nigga, we were so proud of you." He said, "Me."
Boy.
Ooh, big bro came through. He punched the planet.
Yeah, I said, hey,
God
so,
damn
hey,
it.
and he tilted it on his axis by like 16,
15 degrees.
yeah, 50, something like that, bro. I say, wow, this nigga punched the side of the planet. And that's why it's on his axis to this day, cuz.
And this is why
That's
we have
crazy, bro.
tectonic plates today. He shattered it like an egg.
Hey, and then
Yeah, that's crazy.
the temperatures of both oceans, it's like 15 degrees. It's like a 15
Different,
something
yeah.
degree different or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
The Pacific
in
is
between the
hotter.
Pacific and the Atlantic. How? We know the Atlantic is cold. How is the Pacific colder? We know it's tropical. How is it colder? Why does it have a sand that is nowhere else but in the middle of the Pacific? Why do they have a compound metal that sits just in the middle of the ocean, just in the middle? And while it sits in water, it creates what is called dark oxygen. Huh? It creates oxygen underwater by chemical reaction. That material is nowhere else but in the center of the Pacific plate. What? See, they don't think about this, right? The Pacific plate was very, very, very small and set in the middle of, hold on, let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on one second. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right, watch this. This is the Pacific plate, right? We're going to go down. I want to show y'all something. Look at this. I want y'all to see what let me go back so y'all can get a full picture of the Pacific now. This is Japan, Australia. This is North America. This is South America and all that down there right now. You see this carved out ring around this thing?
That should look like Africa.
Yeah, it's like it's like 4 times Africa. Hold on, is that somebody coming in? Oh, okay. All right. And it's like 4 Africas. Right? That's the size of it. And right, everywhere they said they put a column over there. And it sunk down. Well, everywhere around the Pacific plate, it's a ridge. It's thousands and thousands of feet from this blue part to this purple. And it goes straight down. Right? You see how big the Pacific plate is? Y'all see how big it is? Watch what it looked like a few thousand years ago. You see that? See that little blue spot? This is the Pacific. See this little blue spot? That's the Pacific plate that's now on the floor. Listen, why they're showing this is a Nagi plate, Farallon plate, and the Phoenix plate is because the Pacific set on top of these tectonic plates. So when the Pacific plate was pushed down, what did it have to do? It was broken from its fastenings, right? Well, It was fastened to the floor of the Pacific, right? So this massive, imagine it's that this massive, the way the tectonic plate is shaped now, right? On the floor above water. See it way down here doing all that, coming back up looking like a Africa, right?
Yeah.
Doing that type of shape, right? Boom. If What Owaspi says is true that a continent was broken from its fastenings, chopped up like and carved up like a pizza, and then pushed below the waves, right? Making the land that was above now the floor. Well, then we would only see the Pacific plate on the floor, but it would have to crush and utterly obliterate the Anunnaki, the Farallon, and the Phoenix. So it would crush all this where it's at right now, but it would push the Anunnaki up under Eurasia. It would push the Farallon or the Juan de Fuca up under North America. It would push the Phoenix plate down here to South America and in between Antarctica. This is the Antarctic plate, right? So it smashes and crushes the Anunnaki, makes the Anunnaki and the Farallon and the Phoenix subduct up under the continents. If that's true, there should be a ridge, a Great Depression, a stupor drop off down to the floor of the Pacific, where it crushed the Anunnaki, the Farallon, and the Phoenix, and pushed them outwards, like pushing a basketball, like displacement of water, like pushing a basketball underwater. It moves everything else to the side, right? If that's true, science would show that, right? And we would see continents up under America and under Eurasia, right? And we would see a drop off around this area right here, right? You would go from higher water to real deep. Shoot, you would drop off. Guess what this is all called? See this blue line? All of it? See this? That's carved out? Once upon a time, this was all above the water. This is the Pacific plate. That little blue plate you just seen, this, crushed the Anunnaki, crushed the Farallon, and pushed it up under America and under Eurasia and under South America and Antarctica, right? Leaving what we got today, right? The floor. If that's true, there should be a precipitous drop from this blue water to this purple stuff, right? This would be the floor. And guess what? All this is a ridge, the Antarctic ridge, right? The North American ridge, the Asian ridge, the Arctic ridge. All of this goes from, let's say, 100 feet deep to 8,000 feet deep. Watch this. The plate first came into existence as a microplate 190 million years ago. Now we know, through the Cosmon theory of rational carbon dating, dating the Earth every 100 million years, carbon dated is actually only 24,000 years. And this is how you line up the sinking of Pan with the Laurentine glacial maximum with the Gadol period, putting it on a timeline to tell you when things happen. See, they'll tell you that this microplate popped up 190 million years ago when really only that's actually 48,000 years ago. See? Right? So the plate first came into existence as a microplate 190 million years ago at the triple junction between Farallon, Phoenix, and Anunnaki, right? Now, the Pacific plate subsequently grew. How? Remember, this is above water. This The Pacific plate has to sit on the Farallon, the Phoenix, and the Izanaki. See? This is, remember when they said eighth and the continent was broken from its fasten? This is what was broken. Remember, what we're showing is under the water. It's the floor. Circa 190 million years or 48,000 BC. Now, the Pacific plate subsequently grew to where it underlies most of the Pacific plate. How? If the Izanaki is there, if the Farallon is there. This reduced the what? The Farallon plate to a few remnants along the west coast of the Americas, and the Phoenix plate to a small remnant near Drake Passage. And Drake Passage is in where that little part where South America is separated from Antarctica.
Hey Cal, so with Pan or Pan, that's beneath this or above this?
The Pacific plate that's now the floor is Pan.
It's the top of Pan.
It's the floor, the bottom.
The bottom of the Pacific. Yeah.
Same shape. See the plate?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
See the shape of it?
All right, so that right there
above water.
That at one time was above water, right?
Just like this was a piece of it. This is Japan.
Japan. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that part of it.
Yeah.
That broke off. Hey, explain it.
They carved it off. Remember, this goes way down. And if this is true, what Awaspi is saying, that a column was dropped around it, right? Well, then we should see this drop to the east, right?
Hold on. You talking about the other? We was rapping not that long ago. Me and you was talking about the force that it takes to drop a continent, and so reason because I've been reading in that book of Eighth. Oof. Good night, bro. I've been reading in that, right? And it go into that. But it don't explain it in tons. It gives it a different measurement for it, which I knew was a big number. I'm like, ain't no way in the world. That's some small nothing, you did. So explain that when you get a chance to. You ain't got to stop your bill right now. But when you get after what you talking about, explain to us the force that it takes. Let's pull it up in the book of Eight. The force that it takes to straight drop a continent, bro.
Right.
Man, that was crazy.
What they're saying is they put a column. See this outline? Right? Now, they say they put a column on here, and through the force of the pressure of the vortex, they smashed it into the earth. Right?
But this column surrounded the whole pan,
it surrounded the whole pan.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It surrounded, which is now the Pacific floor.
Wow.
Right? So this is why right here, everything in the purple goes major deep. Right? This is, let's say, a couple hundred feet. This is thousands and thousands of feet. This is miles.
Okay.
So the purple got pushed below the level of the once floor, which is where the Nazca plate and the Australian plate, the Mariana plate and all that sit now. But remember, the Mariana plate, the Coco, the Nazca, Antarctic, the Australian was once the Izanaki, the Farallon, right? And the
Pacific. The Phoenix is
right. Remember the Pacific. Okay, you got to think about it like this. This is a continent, right? Around this continent, right, is water. What's at the bottom of the water?
The floor.
The floor. Okay. Yeah. Well, then where is it?
The floor that was there had to be up underneath. Got to be right now underneath where Pan sunk to.
Or Pan obliterated everything that was under it and pushed the rest under Eurasia, under Australia, and under North and South America. This is how the Juan de Fuca right here. See this? The Juan de Fuca is pushed all the way up under here. It created the Rocky Mountains, but it also created the what's the fault line in California called? The famous fault line?
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
By pushing a continent, making it subduct up under the North American plate, it crumpled it. Right? It crumpled it. And this is why geologists say that the Rockies shouldn't exist. Why? Because we know mountains are created where continents touch. You know, you're only going to get a volcanic type mountain, or you're going to get a continent touch mountain. The Rockies aren't volcanic. How did they get there then? Something pushed up under it and crumpled it. Think basketball, think dirt in a shoebox, right? Or in a bathtub, right? Think dirt in the bottom of a bathtub. You fill the bathtub up and you try to push a basketball down 3 times. Remember, Eighth called on the Creator 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? He severed it. He sliced it up. Then he pushed it between the below the waves. Right? So imagine you got dirt on the bottom of your bathtub, and you press that ball down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. When you bring the ball up and you look at the dirt, it's going to be a circular type impression on the bottom of the tub, right? But the material that was in the middle is going to be pressed to the side.
Man, look, let's do a work. Let's go. You know how we do. You didn't did it with the sonoluminescence. Daryl did it with the vortex spinning with the herbs. Let's do a work. Let's record a live working experiment. See, these niggas don't got experiments out there, Cal.
No.
These niggas don't got experiments. In that science debate we had with Kemet, bro, you and Daryl brought out 2 experiments and showed niggas. Look, just say this. We got with your eyes, you see this.
And then regardless to what you believe it or not, the female aspect of the Creator is called Om. And when you create Om, it creates the shape of a planet and a solar system. Using cymatics. Now listen.
But now we over there creating now.
Now look, somehow the Pacific plate just start growing. Right? Now they make y'all think that they right next to each other, but we see it's a little itty bitty little tank. What smashes the Izanaki? Smashes it and pushes it up under a whole nother continent. Look, this reduced
right, like why? Yeah, now I get that.
This reduced the Farallon plate to a few remnants. How?
Right. How did it shatter?
Right.
What do you mean a few ran, then it's pushed up under? So
and then where's the rest of it?
Bro, exactly.
Where's the rest of it? We know some of it got pushed up under Asia. Where's the rest? Where's the stuff that was way out here in the middle?
This is a conversation for upper academia, nigga. Like we don't even need like what niggas you know this late at night talking about the Pacific plate?
None. And then this reduced the Farallon plate to a few remnants along the west coast of the Americas. The Phoenix plate, right, which is down here below the equator, down here. It reduced along the west coast and the Phoenix plate to a small remnant near the Drake Passage. The Drake Passage, y'all see that right there? Hold on, I'll go up a little bit. right? Y'all see Argentina, Chile down there. That little part, this is down here at the bottom is Antarctica. So this is the tip of Southern America, and down here in the right-hand corner where it says South Shetland Islands, that's Antarctica. So it pushed it. Think about what happened. Look how big it is. Right? It pushed this big ass plate all the way over here and under here to where you just see the top of this plate, right? The top, because parts of the Farallon are pushed up under South America. Remember, the Rockies, Sierra Madres, and the Andes all rose 6,000 feet at one time. All at the same time. Mind you, at the same time, when this pressure hits the thing, because of the column, right? It says basically there were 250,000 ships that contracted the atmosphere within the tube 10,000 times. Right? Well, all we need to know is at that point, well, what is the atmosphere? What is the pressure of the atmosphere in the tube? And then you can use simple mathematics, right? 250,000 times 10,000 times what number, right? Well, the average amount of pressure being put up on the planet right now is 14.7. Everywhere right now. It's spinning, so it's 143. My bad. Ain't that funny that it's an odic number? It's on the odic rate of 11. It's 13. Right? 143. So it's 14.3 pounds of pressure everywhere in the earth. You times that by 250,000, times that by 10,000. You get roughly 37.5 billion pounds per square inch over the size of an area the size of 4 Africas.
You said 37,500 tons?
Billion with a B. Balvin Bunning.
37.5 billion tons
Per square inch.
Per square, and that's a very small space.
Right. To put 37.5 billion tons on.
You do know.
I want y'all to understand the type of force being applied. If every nuke in the world was set in the middle of the Pacific, it wouldn't even make a ripple.
Let's put it in pounds. 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Yeah. So 37.5 billion tons times 2,000. What's that number? And you'll see how many pounds it takes.
1875.
1875. So 18. Now we're looking for the pounds.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it'd be
right. If it's that many billion tons, one ton is 2,000 pounds.
It'd be 18.75 billion tons per square inch.
Nah, because that was 37 billion. 37.5 billion tons.
Pounds.
If you want, all I'm saying is if you want to convert it to pounds, all you got to do is times that 37.5 billion tons by 2,000. and whatever that.
No. You ain't got to do that because it's already you already times it. Right? We're taking the 14 by 3. We're using pounds per square inch. We ain't got to convert it. It's already
the normal pressure. I'm talking about the pressure it takes to sink a continent.
Right. But what we did was take them 250,000 ships.
Mm-hmm.
They contracting this energetic force of 14.3, right? To 250,000 ships. But they're doubling down on it 10,000 times per ship. 37.5 billion pounds per square inch.
Pounds per. Okay, got you. It's already converted. That's what you were saying. It's already. Okay, I got you.
You did what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
pounds, not tons. I thought I heard you say tons at first.
No, pounds.
Pounds. Okay. Yeah. So no need to convert it. It's already in pounds. Okay.
37. Can you a square inch?
Man, that's small. That's small.
That's about half your finger.
Half the knuckle to knuckle. Your first knuckle on your index finger to that second knuckle on your index finger is an inch.
Is an inch.
If you want to get a square, of something, just take the length times the width.
Mm-hmm.
So a square inch is an inch wide and an inch long. So each square inch of that place had 37.5 billion pounds on it. That's crazy, bruh.
Let me tell you something. I hope damn nigga wasn't standing there when that pressure hit.
Yo.
Oh, that nigga got sent to the afterlife, boy, immediately. The hell you mean? And it was 4 times the size of modern day Africa, bruh. Leave me alone.
Listen, the Pacific floor. You see what in the purple, all carved out.
Yeah.
44 million square miles.
Good night.
Africa is only 11.
It's 4 times the size of Africa.
And it look like Africa.
It kind of look like Africa, right?
It do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit got me. When you pull up the picture, that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, nigga, that shit like Africa.
Yeah.
And look at this.
Me too.
Look at this. I gotta go back. Hold on, I gotta go back.
That's the Pacific floor.
That's the Pacific floor was above it. How do you know? Because when the pressure carved down around it, it carved the land. Literally carved the land, creating a ridge. This is high in the blue. So this would have been dark blue at one time because it would have been higher. This would have been above. It would have been up here where Australia is, up where North America. It would have been this peach color. But when it got smashed 8 miles, that's how Mariana's Trench is. Below sea level, nigga, will down in a precipitous drop.
Hey, you heard me? Dang,
what I'm talking about? That come off everything around here. How?
That's crazy, man.
And then look what it did to the Izanaki and the Farallon, right? Remember, it's sitting on top of the Farallon, the Izanaki, and the Phoenix.
Right.
Remember, right? Watch this. This reduced the Farallon plate to a few remnants along the west coast of the Americas and the Phoenix place to a small remnant near the Drake Passage and destroyed. Hold on. Niggas probably can't see it. I'll say, and destroyed
the plate by
Izanaki
under Asia.
By subduction under Asia. How do you push a continent under a continent? What made the Pacific?
Right. What kind of
down on the Izanaki?
Yeah.
And then the dope part is They say they carved Japan off of here. 37.5 billion pounds of square prints for every inch. For every inch.
Mm-hmm.
From down all the way over here, there's 37.5 billion. So when he hit the first time,
inch, bruh.
First of all, you got to remember this. First, before he called Jehovah's name, called the power down, he set the tube into place.
That's yeah.
When he set the tube into place, it smashed into the earth and created what we call today the Pacific Ring of Fire. Watch this. Around this edge on the land that is around the Pacific, watch this. Pacific Ring of Fire. Watch this. Where is the Pacific Ring of Fire?
Right there.
It is at the edge. Hold on.
Because that's where it was severed. That's where it was severed from.
Come on.
That's where it was severed from. Boy, I just caught it. That's where the Pacific Ring of Fire is, where the continent of Pan, 37.5 billion pounds per inch around that red line border right there. You dig?
Yeah.
That's what that right there is what sunk the continent. I just caught it.
On the edge of the thing that separated the Asian plate from the Pacific plate. You dig what I'm talking about? And the Farallon or the Juan de Fuca from the Pacific plate. You dig what I'm talking about? Literally smashed into the ground. And everywhere, look, everywhere the Pacific plate is the Pacific Ring of Fire. Look. Everywhere. And if you cause that much damage, the Pacific Ring or the Pacific should be the most active volcanic place on the earth and the most active earthquake place on the earth. Anybody seen or heard about any earthquakes in the Pacific lately? Oh yeah. Because I'm about to fuck y'all up. Watch this. Right? What y'all don't know is see where the Pacific Ring of Fire is, right along the plate. Everywhere.
Can you zoom in some on that deal?
Oh, hold on. Let me
click on it.
Let me try to get out of here. Okay, let me see. All right.
Right there, Ned. Now we can see. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do y'all see these volcanoes? This ain't all of them. Look, it's right along the ridge. Now, first of all, if they carved this event with this tube that carved out the Pacific plate, right? If it carved off Japan, right? From Pan, right? We would see the drop, the rise, you dig what I'm talking about, or the drop to the Pacific floor should be east of Japan.
It should be. Yeah.
Right?
Not west, east.
Where is it? Is it on the eastern side of Japan? The Pacific line of the plate?
It's on the east side of it.
Yep. Why?
Or to the right of it. Yeah.
To the right. To the east.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because a tube was dropped around it and created a ridge.
Yeah.
It severed the island from the continent. Right? Explanation. That would be a great explanation as into why it is sitting literally on the Pacific Ridge. because it was literally carved off the Pacific plate. Let me blow y'all cap back a little bit more. See the volcanoes, right? All the volcanoes are the same age. How? That's an impossibility. How did they all get made at the exact same time?
Man, look, man.
Huh?
That's just,
hold on, I want to show y'all something else because y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all really not gonna believe
it. Get to a point, Cal. It get to a point where it ain't no debate, bro. Like I be telling niggas, leave me alone. Just stay on over there and just continue to revel in your false god worship, nigga.
Man,
bro, the information too high for these niggas, bro. Like, but it makes so much sense when you just look at it.
Yep.
This
When you
nigga just shows through the Pacific floor.
Why is it carved up like a pizza? Like even on the Pacific floor, it's carved up like a pizza.
Man, we need to do a documentary on Pan, bro.
Listen, I'm about to
fuck that, nigga. Like we need to do something like
up real quick. Hold on.
Like, bro, like this
History Channel type of documentary on Pan.
Yeah, like get some real footage. You know what I mean? Nigga, have Sea Live narrating that deal.
Hey, Melly.
Yeah.
Melly, your girl talking about something. I want to go see Pan.
Man.
I'm like, yo, off the coast of Okinawa, Japan, we can see some of the remnants.
Yeah.
Let's go see some remnants. Yeah, bro.
Shit. Hold on, let me find this for y'all real quick. Oh, here we go.
What you got there, man?
Here we go. Watch this. I got this. You told me. You the one said it.
Make sure you share your screen, bro.
Said it.
Share your screen, Cal.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it right up. I gotta come out and then share this part.
My bros be on that knowledge, boy. Tough.
Watch this. I'm about to blow y'all wig back. You gonna be like,
I caught myself.
No way. Ain't no way.
Come on, Carl, man.
Hold on, man. Let me come up. Let me show this real quick. Let me stop sharing. All right. I gotta share this other link real quick. Okay. Boom. Watch this. Hold on.
But yeah, I remember that one. That Algonquin's flood myth is crazy, boy.
Listen, bro.
That shit blew my mind when I read that shit. I say, what?
How, bro?
And then look, it wasn't even published until after a while. It wasn't published in the
1943.
Yeah. What you niggas talking about?
Listen. Watch this.
Where you at, Carl? Yeah, that age.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm on here. Y'all see that? Okay. Now watch this. Let me go back to this and share this. Can y'all see that? The Algonquin flood myth?
Yep. Zoom in some if you can, though.
All right.
Yeah, zoom in some. Even if you got to drop us down like to the corners or something. Like if you can make the screen bigger, you can click on a different but you can right there and then spread us out some more. Man, shit, let's rock.
All right. Watch this. This is the Algonquin flood myth. Now, mind you, it didn't get told till 1943.
When was Owaspie written, Karen?
1882. So 60,
82,
91
12, 30,
plus years later, it gets told to white folks for the very first time. Now, this is the Algonquin flood myth. Native tribes of the American Northeast preserved a tribal memory of their ancestral origins on a large island in the Atlantic Ocean. Dodge the hijack. After, who is that? Somebody coming up? What up, though? And it says, let me get over here real quick. It says, after many generations, signs and portents warned the inhabitants of impending disaster. Some magnitude of evacuation that took place is suggested in what? In how many boats? You ain't never seen that nowhere else. 138 boats. Shit. You've never seen that nowhere else but in Owaspie. That somehow during a flood, some ships, that's a very specific number of ships to build. 138. Right? 38 ships. According to Algonquin elder Sam D. Gill, it began when the what? Look what it's quote. It's in quotes. It's in quotes. The earth rocked to and fro as a ship at sea. What are they quoting? Where is it quoted from? The quakes, talking about earthquakes, became so powerful the island was what? Quotes again. Cut loose from its fastening, and the fires of the earth came forth in flames, clouds, and loud roarings. This is how the Pacific Rim gets made all at once. But remember, this is the Algonquin flood myth. How was it in Owaspie before any Algonquin ever told white folks? Remember, the flood happened 24,000 years ago. So they've been telling this story orally thousands of years. This is why everybody got a flood myth. But look what it's quoting. The earth rocked to and fro as the ship at sea was cut loose from its fastenings, and the fires of the earth came forth in flames and clouds and loud roarings. As the flotilla of refugees made good their escape, what happens? The land sank down beneath the waters to rise no more. The survivors eventually landed on the eastern seaboard. It's actually the western seaboard of North America. They went east out of the Pacific and married among the indigenous peoples to become the forefathers of the Algonquin tribes. It's a little mixed up, but yeah. But there is no more, listen what they're saying. There is no more succinct and credible version of the Atlantis catastrophe and its aftermath. Remember, they're quoting that the land sank between the waters to rise no more, right? That it was cut loose from its fastenings, and the fires of the earth came forth, and flames, clouds, and loud roarings, and the earth rocked to and fro and shit. Where y'all getting that from? Huh? Owaspie. Niggas hating on the low, but they try to use the information. What? In the end, what does it say? In the end of the etheric column extended to Shinvat, the border of our atmosphere, on the border of the vortex of the earth, and was made secure by the what? That ain't gravity. Gravity don't press anything. Gravity pulls it to the center, correct?
Kyle, won't you click back on the setting that had us at the bottom, and then you can zoom in on the screen a little more. It's the one like to the far.
To the side of that.
To where we ain't up here.
So wellness, Cosmon. What's good? I would like to say this. I mean, even with any reading or text that we read, oftentimes for me, when I read certain things, right, I apply it to myself in a certain way. Oftentimes, people take things as face value. So when they say succulent, right, or it didn't re-rise, or this things didn't happen, you have to have a type of eye. You have to be an eye holder, if that makes sense, to understand the way that their verbiage was and how that they're trying to convey the knowledge to you. So it's very because we're science. We're very much science beings. We're the gods, right? So we're very much scientists. We're very much the scientists. So you gotta look at it as scientist aspect. I'm gonna be quiet.
I actually agree with her. Like, we look, we were made to investigate and ask questions and get our empirical data and understand what a scientific fact is versus scientific theory. So no, I look what she just said. I agree with.
I totally agree with it 100%.
You know what I mean? And what we be reading at times, look, if it don't agree with what we see in creation, we say the hell with it.
Yeah.
We don't give a damn about what it is. We don't care if it's Bible, Quran, or WASP, the newspaper, your phone book, your blog. If it don't align up with what we see in creation, we what you call objective spiritualists. Facts. You know what I mean? Like it's based off what we can prove and see objectively, and with it lining up. You know what I mean? With our inner man. You dig? And once it ring like that, it ain't nothing else to argue about, because your experience and my experience may be different. But when it come down to understanding who our maker is, that's beyond the borders of any religion, any you know what I mean, denomination within any religion or any of that. All creation has an inheritance with its creator.
Correct.
That's where we at with it. You know what I mean? Whatever you saying, Allah, the Shanga, whatever, anybody, it's a certain character that's about to, you know what I'm saying, take place. What I'm saying is the revolution is spiritual. And the spiritual revolution is this: mankind. All of other creation understands the basics of creator. Mankind don't. Right. Once mankind as a whole understand that, that's what's happening. The light is starting to shine in these murky waters, you understand? And people, no matter what you've been identified as, no matter what religion you've been raised up under, you can't deny your maker. Nobody can. The atheist can't deny the nigga, because you can't point at nothing that wasn't created by something. You see what I'm saying? So what you seeing what's happening now is a worldwide shift in consciousness on who the creator of all is. You dig? And to me, I'm loving it, because it's causing the hard conversations to be had. We need to be talking like this. The hell you still in la la land for? Right? Let's deal with it head on, so we can really force ourselves to change and be the better, higher spiritual, scientific beings we claim we are. I'm gonna mute up.
Oh no, that was really beautiful. And that's what we are. And we truly are. And everybody has their quest. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody has their path to walk. And you will come to a crossroad or four stop thing. You know, it's gonna be 4 ways. You're gonna come to that. And if you are truly walking this path, you're gonna see shit gonna appear. It's gonna appear. And you have to be, accepting of whatever it is that you are and you want to experience for yourself. But listen, you gotta always know that you're the creator. See, they fucked us over, y'all. They fucked us over not only through color, not only
I think right there is where the difference come in. If you would have said For instance, I get what you're saying, but if you would have said you was God, you'd have been right on point. You're not the creator. Nobody is the creator, right? The creator is these all things.
Well, we know. Hold on. Let me correct that. Then we know it's a higher power. We know it's a higher, higher energy. I'm gonna say energy. I'm not gonna say power. I'm gonna say I know it's a higher energy, but I know I'm a part of that energy. So just like you, I know, you know what I mean? Like I'm a part of that energy. So that means I'm a part of that lineage also. That means I hold also. I got a key too. I got a key too type shit.
Right. Guess what it's called?
What is it called for you?
No. It's called for you too. Whether you believe
well,
it or
no,
not.
you can only speak of. Listen, you can only speak for yourself. So you can't tell me what it's called for me. You should only say what it's called for you.
What it's called.
Okay, so tell me what it's called for you. Okay, so just tell me what it's called for you. Okay, all right, bro, I'm gonna be quiet.
It's called for a male, that's called God. For a female, it's called goddess. This is why people are always confusing God with the creator, right? It's a common mistake pushed upon us by religious ideology, right? Religion hides the fact or tells you to praise God, but hides the fact that you are God, right? But let's keep going on. Because remember, the whole point was we were showing where the Algonquin story came from in the first place. Remember, this is the flood myth, right? And in your strength and wisdom, O the creator, join the heavens above with the earth below. And the end of the etheric column that extended down to earth was made secure around the borders of Waga, or the Pacific floor, by the sea and the high mountains in the north. Y'all noticed that there were mountains up there in Antarctica and Siberia and all that? I mean, in the Arctic and Siberia, they're in the north, right? Proven by science. This is crazy. But watch this. This is in the word for word. This is the Algonquin flood myth, right? Watch this. And the vortex of the earth closed in on the rim, and lo, the earth was broken. A mighty continent was what? Cut loose from its fastenings. And the what? This is what they're quoting. This came out before the story was told. Owaspy told it first. It's a primary. And the fires of the earth came forth in flames and clouds like loud roaring, and the land rocked to and fro like a ship at sea. It's word for word. Watch this. I'll go back. I'll share it. Where is where?
I could read it. Can I ask you something, Cosmon? Can I say something?
Yeah.
If you don't mind. I felt when you just read that, and I'm reading it right now because I have it on my computer screen. I felt as though it's for me and how it felt in my soul, right? I felt as though family was together, right? But family was in chaos. And somebody in the family said, you know what? I don't want to deal with them no more. And they set a bomb. They set a bomb. They put a bomb to say, if I do this here and here, we're going to break off of them and it can never come this way ever again type shit. That's what I felt. That was just in my head. I'm just saying, that was just me. But that's what the fuck I felt when you read that shit. I was like, oh shit. No, they didn't want to fuck with them no more because maybe somebody fucked them over too much and they kept helping them move up. They said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to let off a bomb. Your ass going to be over there. I'm going to be separate. And I don't want to deal with you because for me in my head, and I'm going to make it quick, this planet was at one point in time all together. And we was all one. So some bombs let the fuck off. For me, I mean, important stuff, I didn't mean to curse, but that's just in my head. That's how I'm taking it. Like, okay, but carry on. I'm quiet.
Well, it's not too far from the truth. When you're saying bomb or celestial event or, 37.5 billion pounds square inch pressure being put on through a see-through tube of sorts. You did what I'm talking about. Every story say, even the Aztec flood myth say the sky fell on them. So Yeah, 37.5 billion pounds of square inch coming from the higher atmosphere. Yeah, it'd be like a bomb. But it'd be like every bomb on Earth times 100,000. You have to put every nuke, times it by 100,000, you still wouldn't produce enough pressure to crack a continent.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And again, listen, the vortex of the earth closed in on all sides and by the pressure. Huh? That means somebody pushing on something. That ain't gravity. It's not gravity. Gravity don't push it.
Can we make it a little bit more crazier? Can you say the energy that we hold is also the energy in the earth? So when I say the bomb, she broke it. Y'all want to call him he? Whatever. They or she, so what they trying to do now, take the energy. Catch what I'm saying?
Well,
Deal what they
creator
did.
is. Well, the creator is.
That type shit. Oh my bad, because I just had to throw that in there.
The creator is both energies. He is male energy. That's why we call it he. But she is also female energy. That's why we call her Om. And if you create that sound, automatically it creates a solar system in Earth.
They can hear.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
And the same energy that does produce man is the same energy that creates the planet. So you right on that sort too. It's a different way of saying it, but you did what I'm talking about. In a sense, I can see what you're saying. And again,
yeah, for sure. I mean, what else would it sound like?
Yeah,
I'm talking about not just a bomb, multiple bombs.
The mother of all
bombs. Like you talking about a cold continent being sunk. That's not a.
We getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm saying, what else would look? If you was anywhere near that or even far from that, when that happened, you heard that.
I gotta show you the chart.
You heard that didn't happen in a whisper. That wasn't a smooth soliloquy. No. That was a bomb. That was a bomb that went off at 2339.7 billion pounds per inch. Stop it.
37.5 billion.
Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. That sounds like
ain't a bomb in the world. Listen, you can put every bomb in the world in one place and it can't produce that much pressure.
Bro.
Every atomic bomb we got, it's not even close.
Hey, do you know that fuck around?
I'm getting tinkles in my motherfucking spirit. Oh baby, we're glowing up. Oh, we shining. Oh my god, come on, let's go, fellas. Elevate. Yeah, y'all there. I feel it.
We already been here. What I'm trying to tell you, watch this. Look what it say. And what? And again, the vortex of the earth closed in on all sides, and by the pressure, the land sank beneath the water to rise no more. Huh? And the quakes were so powerful that the island was cut loose from the fastenings. Fires of the earth came forth, loud flying, and the flotilla of refugees made good their escape. The land sank down beneath the waters to rise no more.
Good night.
It is word for word. But think, as a matter of fact, I'm going to just go out and spoil y'all. What no Algonquins 20,000 years ago. Huh? Them niggas didn't get made. We niggas like us, exactly like us, didn't even get made 16,000 BC. We in 21, 22.
Hold on, Kaz. You said What got made? What got made? Because you said somebody being made.
Niggas just like me and you.
Hold on. I'm not a nigga like you. I'm not a made nigga. I'm not made. I'm fucking. I am. I've always existed. So I'm gonna carry on. Don't say it because I'm not a made man. I'm AMS. I'm the AMS. I'm talking about Elohim type shit. That's me. So
Yeah, they was
watch
false
it.
gods.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Elohim
Elohim
are
type
false
shit.
gods. So yeah. The Elohim are false gods. So watch what you say.
What Elohim is
I'm just
false
saying.
god?
Yeah.
Listen,
The
I don't
Elohim are
follow
true
nothing.
things.
I don't follow nothing but that
I'm
energy
just
of
saying. You
that.
said you
Listen,
was
they
checking my
stole our
verbiage.
shit.
You was
They
checking my
stole our
verbiage.
shit. They
You was
stole our
checking my
shit.
verbiage,
They
so
could
I'm
have came
checking
in
your
there and
verbiage.
you falsely went there. I'm not going against what you're saying. What I'm trying to say to you, as far as the energy, I'm not a made man.
Right.
I'm not.
So
I'm not.
I'm just
Ain't
saying
nothing. Ain't nothing.
anything that's
Listen,
made
and I'm a
is
woman, but I'm
formed
telling you
is
like this.
also created.
Anything as far as me, every part of me, from my toe,
Yeah, but this ain't
my
about you.
toenail, not
This
me
ain't about you.
personally. Listen, it's not
This
me.
ain't
It's not
about
me.
you.
Listen.
It's not a stop. It's not about you. Me. I. We don't want to hear that. Slow down. Right? You throwing off the bill. Chill out a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? Right? Now we see it's the same story. Right? Same damn story. Right? To rise no more. Right? Corporeans went down in death. Blah, 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 blah. We see the same story. How, though? We know this happened 22,553 BC. Exactly. I'm not guessing. I ain't asking nobody. I don't care what you think. How you feel about it, you don't have a better idea. Nobody do. Right? So this is happening 22,553 BC. This is cracking off. This is when she's talking about when the time of, Pangea that they tell you is 100 million years ago. I'm telling you it only happened 24,000 years ago. Y'all go check out the series Cosmon, the Cosmon theory on rational carbon dating. How to make it make sense. Right? But let's get back to what we was on in the first place. Right? Was this Pacific Ring of Fire. Let me stop sharing this. Salute to everybody for coming in, man. Shout out to my sister Sandra. You dig what I'm talking about? She knows it's all love. But she knows she'll go on a tangent on your ass too.
Hey, yo, Kaz.
Yo.
My homegirl got a question, yo.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for you to put me on the spot like that, guy. You guys, I'm asking questions in secret, and he does this. Peace, everybody. So
Go ahead, sis.
can y'all hear me? Sorry, I hit mute by accident. When did the
Go
flood
ahead, sis.
actually take place?
22,553 BC, 22,553 BC, or the 600th year after the life or time of Noah began.
Okay, so for me that makes it more believable.
So Noah is an allegorical. The Noah's Ark. An ark is, first of all, let me get this. An ark is not a boat. An ark is a measure of time. Right? All time is measured in arcs, right? Arc seconds, arc minutes, arc hours, galactic arcs, right? And they're 3,000 years long, right?
Okay.
On average, they're three. They could be as short as 24 or as long as 36, but on average, they're 3. right?
Okay.
Let me show you something real quick.
Actual something.
So you can get a better idea of what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you can see the time. You dig what I'm talking about? I want you to see it. Where is? Hold on. Let me go in here real quick and pull this up. No. I know I got it.
You looking for the timeline?
Yeah, I got it in here somewhere, bro.
Okay.
I got it in here somewhere, and it's probably in my other thing, but I know I got it. Hold on.
I'm patiently waiting.
Oh, here it go. My bad. Here it go. Let me share this with you real quick. Let me share this with the sis real quick. Boom. Now, do you remember in the Bible, right? Or all in every basic religion, right? Remember, God said, I created a greater light for the day and a lesser light for the night. And you use this sun and moon for time, seasons, holy days, months, weeks. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, he tells us that in these religions, they tell us that you can use the sun and the moon to tell time, right? But you know what the Bible doesn't go on to do? It doesn't teach you how and explain and literally break down how to use the sun and the moon to tell time.
It does not.
Or WASP does. Right?
Okay.
And when you do it right, it comes out like this in a time chart. Oh, hold on. In a time chart. Right? Called a tablet of prophecy. Right? This is the time of creation. The stuff that they telling you, oh, the Cambrian explosion. Where life began on the world, Cosmos. And the triumph of oxygen on the planet. What they say, 450 million years ago. Actually, only happened between 95,000 and 89,000 years ago. So your Jurassic period is right here. And remember, they also say, oh, in the beginning, in Paul's terms, God made heavens and earth, and in a day is like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Right? And he had the 6-day theory. Well, 6 days will be 6,000 years. They're twisting an ancient story allegorically to tell you something real. Right? I mean, they're twisting something real and telling it allegorically. Actually, the 6,000 years are the 4 6,000-year periods of creation. These are your so-called 6 days. Men, right, were created. Men, thinking men, upright thinking men like me and you were created in the first era, right? Y'all see it over here, the cycle, right? Say cycle first. Years is 3,000 years long. This is an arc. That date from this would be, see, the very first man was like a beast man. They call him Adam, right? Or Asu, using the Vedic. So true man was created 6,000 years before upright thinking man. They call this man Adam biblically. But the upright thinking man, which is the mound builder stock, are historically called Abel. Why? Because they have spiritual ability, hence Abel. His brother not brothers. And you got to understand the stories are allegorical. These are people groups. Adam is not just one single man. It's millions and millions of people, male and female, who lived everywhere on the earth at the time man was recreated on the planet. Because man is birthed on the planet, he lives a time, he goes extinct. He's birthed again. He lives a time, he goes extinct. That has happened over and over and over and over. Just like the seasons, you go from spring, summer, winter, fall, winter, and then guess what? It start back over again. Spring, summer, fall, winter, and then guess what? It start back up. Not only does the planet go through those seasons, but man goes through those seasons. We call it childhood, teenage years, adulthood, being an old person. You dig what I'm saying? We do the same process that plays out on the earth, plays out within man, right? So 72,000 years ago, upright thinking man was created, right? 3,000 during this 3,000 years, from 71,000 to 68,000, that first ark, look, the ark, right, is called Wan. The very first god was called Setantes. He was an archangel. This is where you start hearing this stuff, way 72,000 BC. And look what happens. The very first man is created, right? Abel, a man with spiritual ability. So the very first arc cycle is called Wan, right? Well, what is the 17th called? See the 17th arc cycle? A 3,600 year period that started in the year 23,153 BC and ended 3,600 years later in 19,553 BC, or 25,000 to 21,400 years ago. The 17th arc cycle, just like the first, is named Wan, and the 9th is named Jusin, right? The 17th is called Noah. Noah's ark, the ark of Noah. Y'all get it? Noah is not a man. Noah is a time. It's a 3,600 year span of time starting in 23,153 BC. Right? That ark, the 17th, or 51,000 years after the creation of man, is called Noah, under an Orion chief who was higher than a god, named Aph. What happens during the 17th arc cycle? See it right here. I'll blow it up. During the 17th arc cycle, right here, 21,553, in the 600th year of the life or time of Noah, get it? There is a flood. The flood of Pan, sinking of the continent. Right? Everybody who survives this. So this is how we know. In 23,153 is the beginning of the Ark of Noah, and the flood happens 600 years. Well, you subtract 600 years from this date, and it gives you 22,553 BC exactly. May 10th.
Wow. You better run that rock, bro. Thank you.
Right? And just so we can build it, that's in the 5th era. Right? It's not to the 5th era man starts getting symmetry. Look, but from the time of the flood, there's you got 3,600 years in the 17th. You got 3,200 years in the 18th. And then guess what? In the 19th, you got a 2,800,000 year period from 16,000 to 13,000. called Rupta, where who is the god? Apollo. This nigga Ace, who punched the planet, sunk the continent of Japan, he's from America. He a nigga. It's an Indian. Ah. This guy. Ah. He from America. He tell you he from here. But look.
It's crazy.
Apollo, Thor, Osiris. Osiris, 10,000 to 7,000 BC. That's 4,000, 5,000 years before the Osiris that we know of in Egypt even pops up. Look, right? We don't get that guy to roughly 2,500 BC, halfway through this 23rd arc cycle. The guy we talking about lived in the 21st, was the god in the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
The guy we know, Osiris of Egypt, is way down here, halfway through the 23rd. So 6,000 years before the false guy of Egypt existed, there was a real nigga named Osir who built who built Göbekli Tepe, and Göbekli Tepe is named after him. This Osiris. Remember, Göbekli Tepe was buried about 10,000 BC. So nobody during Egypt time ever seen it till 1994. Owaspi tell you where it is, when it was buried, and who it's named after. Right. It's called the Heel of Osiris. The navel of Osiris. That is Göbekli Tepe's name. What Osiris? Wasn't no Osiris in 10,000 BC. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. But it ain't the guy they told us about. Little homie steal the name way down here in the 23rd arc cycle. Way down here in Spita, right? Real Osiris is up here in Day, the Ark of Day, right? Halfway through Spita, right? Which is a 2,400 year span of time. This is also your Ark of the Covenant. The Ark is not a box. It's a time when a covenant is made. Guess what? Guess what happens in 3953 BC? Anybody want to guess? This is why Spita is the Ark. Look, Ark of the Covenant. Spita. It's not a little box. It's not a little portable temple that you walk around with. That's a tabernacle. Right? Let me show you that Spita is the Ark of the Covenant. Because guess what happens in 3953 BC, y'all? At the Ark, at the beginning of the Ark of Spita. Abraham walks the Israelites and the shepherd kings into Egypt, saving their life. 3953 BC, exactly. Way before they told you it was. As a matter of fact, 3953 BC is before the Bible says the earth was even created. The Bible says the earth wasn't even created to 3761 BC. We talking about 39, 250 plus years before that. So how the earth ain't created? We already got the white pyramid of Anu already existing. 3,900. It's already there. It's been there 100 years, as a matter of fact. So how do we got a massive step pyramid and all this stuff being built, and the biblical God tell us the world don't exist yet? Remember, it's only the year, what is it, 5786, Mally Mal? I think it's 5786 is the year. You dig what I'm saying? By per the Hebrew calendar, right? But look, just to get down here to Cosmon where we at, it's been 72,177 years exactly. Look, I'm not guessing. You see this? 25? That's where we at. We 177 years, right? If the arc Cosmos starts 1848, you add 177 years, you get 2025. I'm not guessing. Soon as we passed this 1848, we went past 72,000 years since upright thinking man or Abel. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way down to 24. That's 72,000 completed with 3,000 on average, right? Now, we go 177 years past this 72,000. We got in the year 177. So when somebody asks you what year it is, the year is actually 72,177 since the creation of upright thinking man. Not 2025. Or you could turn around and tell them it's the 177th year of the Cosmon era. Because when you know how to read that moon, when you know how to read that sun, when you can really tap in, this is what it looked like. I ain't make none of this up. Why it line up? Why right here in the 17th, we get the sinking of the continent independent? Guess what happened on the earth? Laurentine glacial maximum. 12,000 years later, right? What happens right here? 600 years before here, right here. 12,000 years later. Younger Dryas. Huh? Younger Dryas. Glacial maximum. This is what buries Gobekli Tepe. Huh? We not guessing. We in the Cosmon era. You been praying to God lately? Nigga been a little slow on them prayers, ain't he? Wanna know why? Ain't no God. Oh, no, not today. Not in the 177th year of the Cosmon era. Oh, no. Y'all thought that was my name, didn't y'all? Cosmon means balance. But it also means now. It's the current era. I'm the Calvin of now. And we ain't got no God. We got a goddess. Wondering why your prayers ain't been getting answered? Huh? You ain't been feeling that feminine energy rising? You ain't been seeing the little dog whoop the big dog? Huh? Nigga, the Detroit Lions good. That ought to tell you everything. We ain't won shit since Philly Cell. The Lions good. You ain't been feeling this feminine energy? Wondering why your shit ain't been getting answered. A little slow on them answers, ain't it? You ain't praying to the right person. Should be praying to Goddess if you're gonna pray to God. Because ain't no God today. Not in the what? In the present time. The 7th era. Remember, we was all the way back here. Noah happened in the what? The flood started the 5th era. Remember the Aztec stories tell us about the 5 sons, the 5 types of people. This shows you that their flood myths and everything come in the what? The 5th era. 6th era, what do we get? We get astrology, science, and all natural sciences. This is how these niggas knew the stars, man. They spoke with the gods because the gods are their aunties and uncles. The Lord is your grandmama. Lordess is your grandmama. Lord is your granddaddy. God, your cousin. Literally. What do you think grandma turned into when she died? What you think you gonna turn into? Check. WASPy gonna make you check yourself. It's gonna make you think. This why we the most feared. Huh? This is why they don't want us on the channels. Right? We ain't talking about something we think work. Nigga, what are you talking about? Ain't no guess into this. Ain't no guess. This is just math. Nothing but math. Right? But the thing is, if you know where to start and you start in the right place, do all the right math in the middle, guess what? You're going to end up in the right place. And guess where that is? 1848, 177 years into the Cosmon era, 2025. I ain't guessing. Look, way down here. We only halfway through this motherfucker. We only 77 years past halfway. You will be a God before man go extinct. Put it that way. All of y'all will be a God, Lord, Captain. Where do you even think that word comes from? Where do you think the word general comes from? Huh? Lieutenant. What do you think those are? Who called the very first lieutenant a lieutenant? How I know? Those are angelic ranks. Just like God is an angel. A one-time living, breathing man came out of a woman's womb, just like every one of us. And I'm talking about these niggas. Shay Seavey, goddess today, came out of a woman, born like me and you. Lika, Cynthia Maj, Fragapati, Osir, Thor, Apollo, Su, A, Neff. Since Neff, every god been from Earth. Neff was from Earth. It's from here. Everybody not from here. A lot of these niggas ain't from here. Sathantis, Ashong, Hooli, Gippins, Miss Silla TV. You know that's a sister. You know good and well. Her name is Miss Silla TV. You know good and well that's a sister. By the way, you can hate on it all you want to. Hate on OWASP and say, oh, yeah, it's religion. It's cap, Cosmon. But, well, what this cap is saying is outweighing whatever you talking about. Because it tell us that the highest etheric angelic being to ever touch this planet is a black woman. What? The highest. I'm talking about higher than any of these gods and god makers and Orion chiefs and Nirvanian chiefs. She outrank them all. A sister. That's why I get geeked. That's why I be geeked. It's the only book in the world. Craig. Find me another spiritual book where your God tell you that the nigger of America is indigenous to America. Huh? The American Indian is the Negro of America. The black man of America come from here. And then he double down and say, Nigga, I put you here on purpose. Ain't no more of you nowhere in the world but in North America. Look around. You think this shit is a game? You don't see all this mathematics and this shit work together. Symmetry, harmony, beauty, rhythm. What? Creator is not the shit. He's the thing that makes it all work. Huh? He ain't the clock. He the mechanism that make it all go. Huh? God is the clock. He's the creation. You are the creation. But you didn't know what religion dumbed you down into believing in the praising of God instead of teaching you was one. This is what Manito is about in America. The understanding that I don't praise a God, I turn into one. I know. I ain't everybody flavor. I ain't gonna be. Huh? But you ain't gonna never in your life say I ain't tell you the truth. And then showed it to you. I didn't guess anything. I didn't guess anything about. And then, did I guess this? Watch this. Watch this. Did I guess this? Watch, hold on. Huh? I ain't guess nothing about pain. I ain't know shit about. What? I didn't guess none of this. Watch this. Huh? Jaja say. What Jaja say? Huh? What Jaja say? First of all, he said all things shall be revealed. That's one. Watch this. Hold on. Remember, y'all, they had them earthquakes last week, right? Out there in the Pacific. What Jaja tell y'all? He said in the Cosmon era, they're gonna find Pan. Huh? They said they're gonna find it. We know it's in the Pacific. But where the buildings? Why you don't see no buildings? Look up liquefaction. Right? Watch this. Watch this. I didn't make this up. Huh? What they find below the floor of the Pacific? This is below the floor of the Pacific. There are massive structures, buildings below the floor of the Pacific. How? How? Use your brain. That's why I say, huh? Use your brain. I didn't make any of this up. How did these structures get there? Geoscientists have used earthquakes to study the composition of lower portion of Earth's mantle under the Pacific Ocean. It's under the floor. They've discovered something quite peculiar. There are zones where the seismic waves move in different ways, suggesting what? Structures. that are colder and have a different composition than the surrounding molten rocks. The team describes the presence of these structures as a major mystery. Jaja say they're going to find it. Believe it or not. Salute Lubis for checking in too. You dig what I'm talking about? Sub, like, share, Lube. Now, let's get back to finish what we was on in the first place. This is Washington, right? Remember, how did Owaspy know? How could it have possibly known that this man was being shot at? That angels were stopping it, and even the people at this time, and even he said he was divinely protected. There's no way. They call him the bulletproof president. Over 2,000 shots tear through his clothes. None of them hit him. How Owaspy know? And then why would the Indian brother get up there and say he protected by the Great Spirit? Say, why? He's like, I shot him 11 times, bro. I know I shot him. I shot him point blank.
The battle, he even brushed bullet fragments out of his hair. Word of Washington's miraculous survival spread quickly, and the Indians and American colonists sang his praise. In fact, one Indian chief, Red Hawk, who was instrumental in the French victory, told of shooting at Washington 11 different times without hitting him. And because his rifle was known as the one that never missed his mark, he ceased firing at Washington, convinced that the Great Spirit protected him. He ceased firing at Washington, convinced that the Great Spirit protected him. He ceased firing at Washington, convinced that the Great Spirit protected him. He ceased firing at Washington, convinced that the Great Spirit protected him. 15 years after this battle, in 1770, which was then a time of peace, Washington and his friend were exploring the undeveloped territory of that region, which was very near where the French and Indian War had taken place 15 years prior. One night, a group of Indians approached their camp, and an Indian chief stepped forward and told Washington,
I have traveled a long and weary path that I might see the young warrior of the great battle. It was on the day when the white man's blood mixed with the streams of our forest that I first beheld you. I called to my young men and said, quick! Let your aim be certain. He dies. Our rifles were leveled. Rifles which but for you knew not how to miss. 'Twas all in vain. A power mightier far than we shielded you. Seeing you were under the special guardianship of the Great Spirit, we immediately ceased to fire at you. I am come to pay homage to the man who is the particular favorite of heaven and who can never die in battle.
Among George Washington's many accomplishments, one that is worth noting is at times, because of divine intervention, he was bulletproof. For more short stories and lots of other information,
that's your bulletproof president, huh? Somebody got to explain to me how Owaspy knew this. And it's not even breaking down the American Revolutionary War. It's talking about the French-American. Man, it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. But with that, man, you dig what I'm talking about? This is Jehovih Chronicles, number 259, Washington. Think it was a good bill. Everybody dropped off. But you dig what I'm talking about? We've been on almost 3.5 hours. With that being said, I ain't gonna hold you no more. Right? Y'all know what I want you to do. Right? Let's breathe in. Let that light in. Cause I'm Cosmon.
Shout out to Cosmon Cal. Cosmon Cal, boy, I'm gonna tell you something. He is a problem. He is a problem when it comes to these Hebrew Israelites. Y'all better stop playing. He is a problem. Cosmon Cal is a problem. Creator gang gang.
Yeah, the gang coming. Creator gang coming. Turning up the light and watching boys start running. Let me tell you something, we ain't out here doing nothing. I can tell you scared, boy, niggas stop fronting. It was all in the plan.
Creator gang is crazy. Boy, y'all better pay attention.
My favorite color is blue. Favorite color is blue. My favorite color is blue. The dog. Dog. My favorite color is blue. Favorite color is blue. My favorite color is blue. The dog. Dog. My favorite color is blue. 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 My favorite color is
blue. Shoe springs in my red truck tails. Tell these
we fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength.
And y'all know what I need you to do. Breathe in. Let that light in. Some Cosmon. And I'm out.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh
just that Japheth, that Chow Mein, that Papabul, that Tao Mein, since sun south in the Arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Sang. So ass above, it's so below, that up and that down thing. This flow is atmospherian, I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexian current? See, the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether. And when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing political. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahuin is now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple
questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it Salah. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faithless. Oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there.